Hi everybody, how we doing today? Well, that was Josh. Jake immediately reacted to the last thing that Messi said as soon as we came live. Hi guys, how we doing? Oh, hello. We doing well?
I don't get why you hate the thing that I was talking about. I don't understand that.
I was fine with it. Jake was a little upset by how you were mean to Josh.
Well, you know, Australia's in different times socially, so that kind of makes sense that he would say that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And Josh, are you still doing Teddy Roosevelt research? I'm telling you right now.
What was his middle name?
Theodore? No, there's Theodore something Roosevelt. I can't remember what the middle name was. What's Teddy's middle name? Theodore. Is it? Because it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and then I don't remember Teddy's middle name. Anyways, Josh, seriously, you should totally do some research into Teddy. He is, in my opinion, the best president that we've ever had. So, you should do some research.
I don't care about great. I don't care. He died, so obviously he wasn't a winner. He was a loser. So.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was 120 years ago that he served as president. Just okay.
All right, it wasn't round, but it was rounded.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's go because Josh is about to start saying that the rain is making the frogs.
No, I'll show you a picture. Damn it.
The frog's gay.
But you're right. It wasn't round. I thought it was a pellet. Okay. Hi guys. Hey chat.
Oh, no middle name. Ah, that's why I didn't know his middle name because he doesn't have one. That makes sense. Hi chat. How we all doing today? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the chat's good. I know they're good. They're randy. They're randy with their eye candy. That you will. But how are the players today? Let's check one at a time to make sure everybody's good to finish this crossover. Messi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you? Oh, okay. Bye. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Never been better.
All right. Well,
never been more alive.
Tyler, how are you doing today?
Feeling kind of under the weather, but like not sick, but doing all right.
You're under the weather? Do you need a ladder to get over it?
I feel another one coming. No more bad jokes, please.
Josh, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm sad.
I'm sad too. You had to leave. It upset me.
I bought cigars and I didn't get to smoke them with friends.
I know. It was cold.
It rained.
It was cold and rainy. Like I like the cold, but it was raining so much. It was raining too much for us to even go underneath the whatchamacallit. It was so rainy. Stupid rain.
But other than that, hi chat. How are you doing? I'm happy to see you.
I gave you a nice firm grip in Daddy's dungeon though. And Will, how are you doing today?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah? How's work? How's work?
Oh, don't start.
You hang out with anybody good today? Any entertainment? No? All right, well, you enjoy that.
Hey, any of you guys got a PS5?
No.
No, I also didn't get sent a trailer from Twitch either, you know, because they don't make money. Anyway.
Chad, if any of you have a PS5, let me know. I'll come over and hang out for the night. I'll stay over for a while.
Shh. Jake, how you doing, buddy? I feel you. Okay.
Jake, do you have a PS5?
I'm doing great as well. I think that's everyone.
Oh, he said no. He said no. Just said no.
No, he doesn't.
You know
well, he lives in Australia. They get it like 3 years or 4 years after we do. So
that's true.
They just
Anno,
got the
can I come over?
PS2.
Anno, PM me your address. I'll just leave the stream because I don't think Scott needs me today.
Wow, do you see what Snaga wants the hype train to be? Hype train, Elijah D. Ages. We'll put that in the roster for things for people to vote for. We'll see if something else comes up.
Okay, I feel like he has to roll a D100 and pick one number, and if he hits it, that works. If not, nothing happens.
I mean, there is only one number to pick in a D100 roll.
Yes, 12.
Roll a D100 and tell me what number.
69. Fuck.
You got close with a 62. Elijah gains 1 day of life back.
Oh.
Just 1 day.
Forgotten yesterday. I can't remember a thing.
There you go.
That's funny. That's
Thanks. Yeah, I feel a lot better now that you said that.
Anna was saying that can equate to some luck dice. So we're saying for de-aging. Rosing is saying nothing. So
So
let's
saying I just typed it.
no, Rosin's saying nothing. Let's
I know what it should count for.
Ooh.
Tyler gets a PS5.
So it's funny because the PS5 is coming out and Brittany is like, do we want a PS5? And I was like, no. She's like, no, you haven't played a console game in forever. I used to love when I could like fall asleep next to you while I play a console game. So I'm like, no. She's like, why not? I'm like,
I've never had that. What the fuck?
I'm like, they're prohibitively expensive, and they require you to pay a subscription fee to maintain playing their games. Otherwise, you don't get the updates or you can't use it online and so on and so forth. They absolutely suck. They're garbage cans that are dumpsters.
They give you the updates. You just can't play it online. Sorry.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah.
Can you turn the green screen effect off on Nessie? It makes his picture look weird.
Does he
Yeah,
have
why
it
are you
on?
doing that?
Oh, I didn't even know I had it on. I'm sorry, man.
My floor! Oh!
So anyways, she's like, no, it can't be that bad. She looks it up. She's like, holy shit, we are never buying a console again. I was like,
You don't know how much a GPU is?
Worth it. Because you could play an infinite number of games. That's why the last console I bought was a 360 Slim. I don't even know what year that was. What decade was that? Hi, Rena. How was your day?
Oh, me? Oh,
PS5's
Hi.
400 digital, by the way.
it was fine.
It was fine.
It worked.
I love that the like stripes on her shirt match
Isn't
up
that
with
so
her
cool?
headset
What?
so perfectly.
When I was lying
It's
back-
pretty like slick. I kind of like it. You know, it's like my cool shirt. I don't
It
know.
also blends in with her chair.
When I was lining back and
My
I heard
uniform.
Rena's voice, I like sat up and looked and I was like, no, I'm not seeing that right. And I had to like sit up and look and I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, oh, I'm up now and lock
It's
my
a
chair.
new shirt, and I really like it.
Yep.
It's cute. Got like stripes or whatever.
You get an A for effect.
Thank you.
I thought you were gonna say A for appearance.
Whoa. We
That's
don't
him.
judge a girl by her appearance. Just her.
Who
effect.
said anything about actual physical appearance? Its appearance could be a verb.
Rude.
Tyler,
Rosin,
you
can you
look
please?
lovely.
Rosin, can you please talk to Tyler for us, please? I'd appreciate that.
We
Rosin,
respect
that Will?
women here.
I said, Tyler, you look lovely tonight.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You look shiny and healthy as well.
It's a weird.
That's
weird
very
adjective.
All
specific
things shiny
compliment.
and chrome, my friend.
Huge.
I really do hate that I have a witch's cackle. Like, I hate that I have a cackle. Like, that's
You
a lot.
really? Is that your actual laugh? I thought you were doing that on purpose.
No,
First.
no,
Oh
I
my
never.
God.
No, this is my actual laugh.
Oh, oh.
no, it's not.
They went up and down.
All right, I'm getting the gourd.
Not the gourd. Oh my lord.
Scott 10 minutes ago. Let's just get through this part and let's get to bed early. Scott 10 minutes later. Okay, I guess I'll get the gourd.
And I have a job competition assignment to do tonight, so like let's wrap this up.
There we go. There we go. See, that's the spirit. Take the lead. So, let's start with RP. You guys are walking from the three.
no recap? Really? Okay.
No recap.
No
need.
recap.
It was,
Absolutely.
it was
It was
yesterday.
yesterday. So,
We're fresh.
you guys are walking from what's that
Hope you
place
guys are all
called?
here.
What's that place called?
Vigil.
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 Thank you. You're going from Vigil to the North Keep, or the Demon Keep, as some people call it. What? Nobody, don't call it that. Devil Keep. What?
Why?
No, don't even worry about it.
Call it that.
So, anyways, you guys
Yeah,
are
I'm
walking
gonna be
north
up
there,
to
and
the
Tyler
time.
explicitly requested some role-playing time. I think him and Josh wanted to, Will wanted to cuddle. So while we're walking, making our way uptown, Tyler, I will throw it to you first because you.
I honestly,
requested it.
because there's no recap, I have no clue what's happening right now.
We left off where me and you just got done talking.
I just recapped. You're leaving. And going
Me and you
to.
just
No,
got done
I don't-
talking.
Yeah.
Ophios revealed to me that that was his clutch and all that stuff. And when we left off, Laszlo was saying that you might be able to get an ally in a Malta if Paradel is actually infiltrated as much as that you were saying, but you need to be honest with them. That you might have a bigger boon that you can imagine. And that's where we left off.
Yeah, I still don't know where I was going with for RP. I thought RP was for other stuff. So
We had someone do a really great recap last night, and I think we should have that person do the recap again. I don't know. I'm just, I just think that might be the best thing for everybody. Right, Rena?
Okay, I guess I'll do a speed recap. The TLDR, if you will.
Someone drop a beat.
No. Oh my god. In Coach's voice? Not in Coach's voice. No, I can't do that. So yesterday we left off. Just kidding. I can't do it in Coach's voice. We left off. Ophios was sad. Him and Rena fight. Rena wins. No surprise.
that wasn't it.
They spar.
Okay, little guy.
She does it to make Ophios feel better. No, anyway,
Kill
he
him.
actually learned some interesting things about Ophios's backstory. Kind of, he brings up Ka. Him and Oscar have a moment that I didn't see. I saw nothing. Actually, Oscar and Elijah had a moment as well. They had a lot of really good RP. Thanks for the pizza.
Find out that Elijah's made out of glass.
Yeah, that's actually new. Or not glass, it's ice. He's like slowly turning to ice. I don't know. Nobody knows. Only Oscar knows. Only Elijah knows.
Translucent skin.
We found out
I'm
some
like
things from
rice noodles, but
Vanessa.
uncooked.
We all decided
good
we're going to
for
see
jelly.
Cadence. That's what we're doing. Also, it was specified that Lady Vigil wants to be with Cadence specifically, and Rena knew that, so that's what they're doing. But she hasn't really told anybody besides Elijah and Ophios about that. What else happened? I mean, that was pretty much it. And then we were like ready to kind of part ways. But the only other thing in Vigil was that Oscar and Laszlo are going to come back to talk to them within a couple days because they need to like sort things out with what's going on.
The old
there.
guy needs to sleep.
Yeah,
The old
he's
guy
like,
needs
I
to
need
sleep.
to figure out what's going on, and then we
Yeah.
can talk, kind of deal.
The
Yeah.
Vigil and Scott.
Yeah.
All right,
And then eventually we're all heading to Malta. That's pretty much it.
I think I know what Ophios was going to talk to Laszlo about, because Laszlo had more information, I think.
Because you two did have some RP at the very end. I can't quite remember what you talked about.
He told me about his clutch.
And the magics that he knows.
And the magics and that,
Uh-huh.
like,
That
how
we could-
infiltrating they were, and he showed me the vial, how they can change themselves.
Oh,
stuff
and
like
you two
that.
want to know more about the Lopers is what happened too. And we kind of told you some, but not a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
Okay.
Kind of what.
Sorry, it's not my best recap.
So, Laszlo's.
Yes.
Loper's magics is different. It bends space and times, and is difficult for minis to seize. That's obelisks hears. Holds times magics of Lopers. They can also create areas where you move fasters or slowers and flip space. When I left my clutch, and what happens was I killed Swan. It had flipped the wagon to go completely the opposite directions. I heard words. I can't remember this part. They can manipulate a lot in the ways that they change perceptions. Their drive for powers has no bounds. They want to conquer and owns the worlds. They are threats to everything's and everybody's. And we's, my kinds, are the only ones that seem capable of defeating them. I was trained more as an assassin than necessarily a warriors to fight in a wars. That is why we hides our face. If they knew we existed, they would find us and kills us, much like my clutches. The mushroom man needs to be found if he took us in eggs.
The report does say he took an egg. He says the report stated that Durat and the mushroom creature and the Arcane Congress member separated after that. But you might be able to find information with the rot. If you go to Amolta, you can ask the jewels of Aroth. They might know where he is. They are good at collection of data. There should be a chapter house in pretty much every city. But I don't know anything about the Mushroom Man. That was it. After that report, he was gone.
What is the Arcane's Congress?
Oh, that's a little bit more complex. That's my people. That's where I was raised in Eustace. It's like the Paradel, but they focus less on conquering lands and more on learning magics. Different types, many different types. And the Arcane Congress is, and I'll look to Oscar and I'll say, the military force of that country. It enforces the laws that they make to protect the world. I don't know if it's true, but my whole life I was trained that certain powers, certain magics, abilities can break the world. I'm starting to think that it wasn't a complete lie based off of this temple and how time got messed up when you guys, whatever happened there. But that's what they do. They enforce their rules, and they enforce it with an iron fist.
Who rules the Arcane's Congress? Themselves?
Yes. They have their own leader. Technically, it is separate from the country of Eustace, but we're so entwined with each other, I don't think that there's a difference anymore. I think if the Lopers are able to manipulate their bodies to some extent, and they are after power, they might also be involved with the Arcane Congress.
What makes you think that's?
The Arcane Congress has become severely aggressive as of late. Very aggressive. They're actively now helping Paradel in their battles, at least from what we know on the front line of Amolta. They weren't before. They were just assisting in the background. Now they're actively sending troops and supplying magical weaponry.
What do you know of the dwarfs or gnomes that went to my clutch?
I know nothing of the gnome. I don't even have a name.
What did the reports say of them?
It didn't really speak much of the gnome. Actually, I don't remember seeing any writing about the gnome when it came to your clutch. Just up to the clutch. But I don't know what happened. After that, the report doesn't talk about him.
And gnomes are the Arcane Congress.
The majority are gnomes. They're not all gnomes. There's no official rule that says you can't be in the Arcane Congress if you're not a gnome. But in my experience, the majority are gnomes. We tend to have a knack for magic.
Magics you knows.
Very true. Very true. I'm starting to second guess if we even understand magic. That blade that you showed me has no tides of magic I've ever seen. It doesn't even have traces of magic.
That you can seize. I seize the magics.
Yeah, and that's what worries me. I've spent a long time studying magic. Longer than everyone here put together. And I can't even get a little bit of a hint of magic off that blade. I don't know what they do, but whatever it is, it's very unknown.
These kills. Murders for powers. These are evils.
I'd be careful. Orpheus, I don't know this battle that you're in, but I was raised to hate people. A very specific type of people. And because of that hate, I did something that broke me in every way possible. Try not to let your anger and hate blind you. I'm not going to begin to tell you if you're right or wrong, but take it from an old man. Blind hatred usually ends up running into a wall.
It's the reasons I exist.
Maybe. Maybe that's the reason why you existed. But you exist now. You control what you do with you. But that's none of my business. I don't mean to lecture you. You're a grown man. It's tricky. Time and all. But I'm here to help you. I would like to write a letter for you to the Lady RCM to help you. The only problem is, and I'll look, and I'll say in kind of a hushed tone, don't try to kill her. That's not going to work out well for you.
No treachery.
and then I'll say I'll write you. I'll draft you a letter. I'm sure once we get to Leon and we report back to him, I can get the supplies I need to write a letter for you to send to with
Says
you along.
nothing. Says nothing of what's I am's.
I made a promise. I keep my
Lopers
word.
are everywheres. They will find out, and they will hunt me's.
Okay. Remember that she won't help you for free. She's not going to do a charity case. This information is your leverage to get what you want from her. Other than that, I will just say that you allied us and you were friends to us in a time of need. Please help you where she can, and that you hold important information that you wish to share. Is that agreeable?
Enough's for me is to think, sonnets.
Okay.
But the only persons that I trust is Renus.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to trust her. But if she is going to help you, she's going to be going into your mind. You have to understand that if her intent is ill will, no matter what you want to lie to her about, she will find out. It's a warning. I don't mean to scare you. She's not that scary. She's actually a very studious person. But she is a politician. She works on the council, and she is about Amulta first. So whatever you can tell her that helps Amulta helps you.
He'll just nod.
Okay. And yeah, go to bed tonight or walk or whatever we're doing.
Oscar is actually going to approach Elijah.
Cards?
No.
Need cards.
I have a question for you, Elijah.
Sure.
This is going to sound odd.
Okay.
Would you be comfortable with me taking a sample of your blood?
Well, that's definitely odd.
I learned some magics that allows me to help track people down if I have some of their blood. And
Well, I don't see us ever being on opposite ends, so sure.
I don't see us being on opposite ends either. It's more of a safety measure. If I need to find you, well, if I ever decide to fight that angel, it'll be easier to track you down this way.
That's true. I did forget about that conversation.
Yeah, well, but more than that, just good for one of us to have a way to at least find the other.
How much do you need?
Just a small vial is enough.
Do you want me to provide the knife, or?
Oh, I have plenty. That's not an issue.
That's not concerning.
It's going to. Would you rather hand? Where would you prefer?
Sure. My hand is fine.
All right. I'm also going to take a sample of blood from Elijah, just enough to fill small vial, same size he took from Laszlo, and then he'll cork it and put it in his bag. Thank you. It's an interesting spell. I'm
Sure.
still learning it, but it's helpful at the very least.
I hope this small conversation we have doesn't come back to bite me. What was that,
Well.
Scott?
I
sniff my
certainly hope
blood?
not. But I'm going to keep good care of it. You have my word on that.
Oscar,
Sure.
did you see this blood? The metachlorides.
Uh-huh. It's off the charts.
Mitochondrias.
It's the powerhouse of the cell,
Midichlorians.
So, Jesus Christ.
So,
Scott, do you watch Mandalorian, by the way? Side talk?
Not season 2.
So you're a Star Wars guy. You played a campaign.
Not season 2.
You should check it out.
My wife doesn't want to
You're
start.
gonna binge the whole thing, I'm assuming, when it's
She
over.
doesn't want. Yeah, she wants to wait till it's about halfway before she starts. Because this time around it's way easier to avoid spoilers than last time. So
Oh
should
yeah,
be
I
fine.
agree. I'll just say I really like season 2. So when you watch it, I want to talk about it with you. So
Like that time that
That's
Baby Yoda, ate that guy. It's weird.
Spoiler alert, he shoots a gun.
dude.
Baby Yoda does? I didn't even know it was a boy.
yeah.
Yeah, Baby Yoda just pulls out a Glock.
I've actually
Yeah.
never seen it. So
Okay, well, fair enough.
Josh, if you want to come
good.
over sometime and cuddle and watch it with me, I'll do that. But from a different couch.
sadness.
The one in the background, the one right behind you.
No, that's a nice couch. He's talking about the casting one
I
in
swear
the other room.
that's a projector. I swear.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's talking
Why
about
is
this
it
guy.
face downwards? Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions.
You guys are gonna cuddle on my couch?
Mm.
Josh.
I mean, I
How
can
do you have
clean
that
it.
ready? How do you have that ready? Just like he pulls the trigger right away.
Oh, Wade left his camera. Shoot.
It's okay.
Delightful.
I got mine.
By the way, Josh, Rosin wants you to come into my frame. Don't. Let's keep it professional. Stay over there.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're looking the wrong way, but yeah.
Did I? Oh, I did.
No, he's literally right there.
The screen has
Oh,
me flipped.
yeah.
And we just hung
Yeah.
a sheet there, so he hasn't his own green screen. I hung one of my
Yeah,
old sheets.
that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So you walk up and you take his blood. Was there anything else? Was Rena gonna go up? Who didn't talk yet?
Rena.
Just Rena? Oh, Rena.
What do I have to talk about?
She's like, so Christelle,
This
Yeah.
horse comes running in that's covered in lube.
My girlfriend's not
And-
here. It's fine. I'll
My
catch her
horse.
next time.
I mean,
She's chilling. She's vibing on the side. You know.
to be honest with you, Oscar would probably talk to Rena at some point here, because he wants to get information on Cadence before he goes and talks to Cadence.
Well, okay, you can
Yeah,
try.
I could try. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Oscar will actually approach Rena after he's had his conversation with Elijah, and I'm assuming they're traveling the next.
I'm
day
watching
or
you
however
take blood
long
from
it's gonna
Elijah, like super concerned. Like,
Yeah.
what is that about?
be. Don't worry about it. No, like if you ask, like, would you actually ask?
No,
It's a
Elijah seems
vampire.
fine. She's not gonna.
Okay.
She's not gonna ask about it.
Vampire.
Yeah, don't tell people. Yeah, Oscar would come up and just say, so, Cadence.
No, I'm Rena.
Yes, no, I'm aware you're Rena. Thank you. We're going to see Cadence.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What about him?
You
Oh my
were-
god, he really has the
Mm.
shirt. It's perfect. All right, sorry. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
So we're going to go speak with him, and we're going to be trying to convince him to come back and help us. Specifically, we're going to be trying to ask for his aid in leading people.
Oh, he is
You
good
think-
at that.
That's a good vote of confidence. I'm glad to hear that. Anything we should know to convince him?
You want to know how to sway him to your side?
I'm not good at this stuff. I told you I'm no good at people. But I'm hoping that speaking to him soldier to soldier will help. But I don't know if that's the path or if
I think he prefers that. He values respect. And people who try to do good.
fair enough. So he values you a lot then. You try to do good, at the very least, yeah?
Again, I thought we were talking about Cadence.
We were. I've transitioned topics.
Well, it doesn't really matter what my relationship with Cadence is.
Didn't ask about your relationship with Cadence. Asked if you
Because
tried to
there's
do good.
not one.
Okay. If you say so.
Just so we're clear.
All right. I mean, if you say so. I'm not questioning that.
Listen, you said you were bad at this. I
Yeah.
said I was too.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I know him. Yes.
Okay.
We grew up together.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
She's like chuckling to herself, just watching you kind of flounder.
I don't really know how to handle this conversation. This took a weird turn for me, but that's okay.
Oh, hey guys, you talking about Cadence?
Does
Yeah.
Elijah walk over?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Look.
But he hears it.
I assume this is the part where you're going to ask me for my help.
No, actually. You have your business, we have ours. If you want to help, you're more than welcome to, but I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't ask it.
I can't say what he would do, whether he would consult me or not, but I will be honest.
Good. That's all I'd ever ask.
Though I wouldn't have too much doubt in your endeavor.
I guess my concern is just that he is a commander in a military that we are directly opposed with.
Again, I wouldn't have too much doubt in your endeavor.
Okay.
It should be fine. But I do not speak for Cadence, so.
No, fair enough. And I'm hoping if he values respect, that at the very least he won't try and capture and kill us on the spot. That's really all I can hope for.
I don't know.
Little hit or miss, huh? All right, well, we'll
He
see
is
what
a
happens.
conundrum, that one.
Haven't figured him out yet?
Yeah, maybe I already have.
Is
But
that a good
he can be
thing?
unpredictable.
Is that a good thing for you?
It doesn't matter. Like I said. He has his purpose, I have mine.
So I wanted to ask. Rebellion. We're starting one, in a way.
Oh, that's right. That's what you two are trying to do.
To some extent. It's not really about a rebellion, and it's not really about... As much as I put Amalta first, in this moment it's about people. Doesn't matter whether they're a Maltese. Doesn't matter where they're from. It's about people being treated like slaves, because they are being treated as slaves. Again, not really good at this whole words thing. But
Maybe that's why mine failed. Because I'm not either.
thankfully, I don't think anyone's expecting me to lead any of this.
Well, even the council that I sought previously is saying the same that I'm saying to you now. They're impossible. It feels. Unless it's got a strong enough foundation and enough people and support. It's going to be hard.
Never expected it to be easy.
I know you'll go through with it regardless, but just don't be surprised if things don't go the way you expect them to. And be prepared to lose people.
That's my only expectation.
Well, then you're well on your way to a rebellion.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll see. Would have been nice to have a veteran of that kind of thing by our side, but I suppose you've got your other wars.
I'm no veteran.
I don't know. Leading a failed rebellion sounds pretty veteran to me.
Sounds a lot like failure to me.
Yeah, Soda's getting picked up by a bird in the middle of a snowstorm during a friend's birthday party and only surviving thanks to the friend drunkenly casting magic at it.
Well, that just sounds like a coincidence. I mean,
All I'm saying is every bit of life is failure before you meet success. That's the whole point. That's why success is so sweet.
is it worth it when you've lost so many people?
It's never worth it. But it feels it in the moment.
Well, I am wishing you the best of luck with this.
Well, likewise. Hunting creatures that hunt a friend. That's never easy either.
Well, we'll see. We're trying.
You know, I'm trained to hunt magical creatures, and I have never once heard of these things. Do you know how much that annoys me?
she's not saying anything but trying to stifle a laugh.
Yeah.
Must be frustrating.
Well, they train you to fight magical creatures that they know, and the biggest magical threat they see, which is the Arcane Conquerors. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that they didn't see something that doesn't want to be seen.
We have no idea how far or how deep they've gone into these different areas, but it was definitely no coincidence that we met you and Laszlo and Chriselle.
Yeah, as much as you say things sound like coincidence sometimes, Don't think there's such a thing.
Probably not.
Some crazy puppet master up there just orchestrating it all. Ah, but what do I know? I'm not a devout of anything.
How long is this journey, Scott?
3 days.
3 days.
Right. So every time we get a chance to stop, Ophios is gonna try and train Oscar and Laszlo how to see the Loper magic on the various Loper things that they have.
Well, shit.
You want to teach him about Loper things?
Basically, trying to get Laszlo to be able to see the magic on the sword, like Ophios can, and that sort of stuff. I imagine it's not necessarily going to work, but that's essentially what he's going to be trying to do.
The way even you describe it, it's kind of like if you're like, okay, so I want to teach you how to boil an egg, and he's like, all right, cool. I've always wanted to boil egg, and you walk up to him and you're like, so the first thing you do is you look at the sun, and then you stub your toe against a spiked board. Now I want you to kill yourself and then go for a walk across town. It's like you just like the way you try to describe things. It makes no sense to him. He's like, what? Except the things I just said were all individual tasks that did make sense to you. This is not like that. Like none of these make sense. And there was a fly like the size of Josh buzzing around this room right now, and it is driving me up a wall.
It's pretty small.
Yeah. It's massive for a fly.
You know, I get enough of that for my wife. Thanks.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if
stop bugging me.
If he, in that case, if he can't really train him in that, he would try for maybe the first night, and then the other times he would just kind of describe what they are, and then would probably have the rest of the time talk to Rena.
Actually, what do you know, like meta-wise, your character, so we don't have to like spend a ton of time getting to this in RP. What do you know about your people? Like, are you, is there a lot of mystery for your character?
I know of my clutch. I know of the other types. We don't know where or the practices of each other than what we are told. He wouldn't necessarily share that information, but he doesn't.
I mean, he would just ask, like, would you want, I can try to summon a spirit that may give you more answers.
A spirit? How?
I can call forth spirits. Sometimes
any
it
dead
works.
person?
I'm asking you outside a game, like, call forth the spirit of my ancestors, or call forth what?
I call forth, I call forth a bidding to meta-wise to Nankaro, and he delivers sometimes with people of the past to help us find out stuff.
Any dead person.
Not any.
Any dead person.
It's just whatever is deemed, whatever the DM decides, pretty much, in the situation. And I have to pass a check.
Maybe not a specific
I would ask
person,
somebody
but
that would know about your people. I don't know who would come.
I mean, I don't think Ophios would even talk about that and wouldn't
Okay.
even think of that. Even if you brought it up, he'd just be like,
I mean, he would flat out ask you.
yeah,
Because me and Rena and I have talked about it. Laszlo and Rena have talked about it.
It would simply just be, I don't seize the points.
Okay. I will approach Elijah one of those days. And he'll walk away. Elijah.
Deuces.
No, sorry, my cat's being a bitch.
Nah, it's fine.
We've met
Yeah, I will approach Elijah and I will show him a Gish sword. It's like a modified short sword. No.
It's magical.
Okay.
Yeah?
Magical.
Okay.
It's actually bent too. If I remember
Alright.
the description, it's curved.
Slightly bent short sword.
No,
Okay.
very bent. Very
Is
bent.
it bent towards the blade or away from the blade?
I don't know.
Is it like
Scott's-
a J? Like a
It's like a C,
Is it like an
I
L,
think.
like a
I don't
hard
know.
L?
Is it like a sickle where
Okay,
it's like a
that's-
blade on the inside when you get something it pulls limbs off, or is it like
No, I don't think
like
so.
a
I don't
falchion
think so.
where it's like
I think it's like a
curved
falchion.
back?
It's more like a falchion. Sorry, like a saber or like a wakizashi.
Oh, okay.
And is
Okay.
it always curved, or is there like only when it's out?
When it's used a lot.
curved? Okay.
So I'll show him a Gish sword, and I'll say, Elijah, have you used one of these before?
I have not seen a sword like this.
This is
Looks nice.
the Maltese Gish sword. They are used
You've seen
particularly.
many of them before.
Yeah.
I've seen many. Oh, why do you say so?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is. What is it?
Elijah has paid zero attention the entire time. He's seen hundreds of them. At this
100 times,
point,
he's like,
but he's never once paid any attention to him.
You seen one sword, you seen them all.
I have been given this a while ago. This is from a dead Gish soldier that we've honored by finding out the betrayal of his allies. It's a long story. But it's imbued with tons of magic. And I've been adding my own to it this entire time. I can't use a weapon like this for obvious reasons. As he gestures towards, it's like the length of his body. And for him. And I'll say, I can take, you and I can put our energies together, and it will imbue this weapon with some kind of enchantment. It will be based off of your abilities, if you want it. If you don't, I'll find someone that would use it, that would like to use it.
I mean,
Offer a sword to Ophios?
it's a short sword. I don't know if you use those. If I were to help you enhance it, would it stay enhanced forever?
It would be enchanted with magics.
Of course, I
It would
knew
be
that, of
enchanted
course.
to
I
you.
was just testing.
No. You're not. That's not something you're super familiar with. So it's
No,
a
it's
fair
fine.
question
Oh,
to
never
ask.
mind.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
It would hold on to an enchantment. Maybe eventually the magics will wear out, but it would be long past your lifetime.
That sounds useful. You're offering it to me, or
You are a Maltese soldier. Magus.
that's true.
And a friend to Oscar. I would like to be able to help you in any way I can, and this is the only way I can really help you.
Well, I accept. I'd love to see what becomes of it. How long will it take to do this ritual?
Scott!
Depends on what you're
Laza
shooting.
opens his mouth, and Scott's voice comes out. Depends on what you do.
Channeling someone.
So yeah, it depends on what we want to do to it. I have an ability. I don't know if Scott would let this translate. He might not. But I do have a spell that pretty much gives you damage reduction as a mage when you activate it. And I don't know if Scott would allow that with 5e because,
What does damage reduction have to do with a sword?
Well, if he activates it, it would be a spell cast on him while he's using it.
I mean, wouldn't you want to have like a sword be like?
I don't know what he wants. That's the only thing I can think of that he would use. Because I'm assuming he's not going to use the sword as a sword because he's a magic user.
I mean,
It'd be a stat stick. Yeah.
It would be something he carries. And he
stat
uses.
stick. Like, like for the 5
It's-
minutes I played WoW and I played a gnomish wizard with a sword. It comes to level 35. I was so
Yeah, it
proud
would
of
definitely be
myself.
something. I wouldn't use it often, but I know a few people who might be able to use it, so I don't know it. I could find a use for it. Yes, I could find a use for it. So I would help you do it. How do we choose what happens to it? Because I mean,
Do
you
you
said
have any
depends on
other
what you want to
effects
do
that
with
you
it.
have in mind, Josh, other than AC?
My abilities are not combat based. I can enchant it to become a +2 weapon.
You would be
I
able
can
to
enchant. I can enchant it to
Make it,
increase.
like, give light.
Give lights? I mean, that's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I have a cantrip that does that. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Flame on!
A glow sword.
It's just a
I have-
giant glow stick. He goes and grabs it, and goes, and then it looks like the one Anna posted in chat.
I also have counter spell, but I don't know if that would work with a sword.
Sword of counterspell. Cuts
I mean,
through magic like it's magic.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't really talk about the spell magic one. Ability.
Rita's sitting there like, huh, I wonder where we heard that one before. Glug. Let me drink
yeah.
my not adult beverage.
I forgot that's what her great axe does, which means more than likely
Yes.
she would beat Ophios in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think she went for the great? I'm just kidding.
She knew what
She was
doing.
ready.
She knew what she was doing.
Anything that, Josh, you know 5e. Is there anything in there that would be useful for a wizard for 5e? This is obviously very meta.
Identify.
It's a meta decision.
Yeah, it's.
I think
meta
I
decision.
have. I think, I think I have
Chat. Level 5 hype train happened today. What kind of magic do you want to stay? On his sword, we enchant it real nice. Make an awesome sword for the PC named
No, for the PC that uses ice.
Yeah! For the PC
was
coolest.
right
Right
made of ice.
there. What is with you?
He misses, like, he picks complex
My
ones
name's- my
and he
name's
hits,
Ethan.
but then the simple ones he misses. Like, he just.
Hi. My name's Bryce.
Yeah, I'm Daelric and I never miss. Time to piss.
I'll be right back.
No problem. Sword for the wizard getting caught in a blizzard.
Okay.
No?
Sword
It's a
arm.
wizard.
Sometimes I want to reach through this screen and grab Scott by his gizzard.
And throttle it? I like that.
Ooh, okay.
I like that.
Right. Okay, so then
Let
we
me
want
climb a
to.
mountain for a second.
Scott, do you want me to do any rolls and then you can let chat decide later?
He's climbing. Leave
I
alone.
want chat to decide, but nobody's saying anything fun here. So they say, might as well be a sun rod. Somebody else says, it's a wizard being played by Messi. That's super useful. Somebody else said true. Super helpful there in chat.
Look
Just
in
true.
between where he said it's a wizard being played by Messi. Look at the second line there, because that's part of the first part. Then we
Sword
read the
for
first
a
half.
wizard that is never going to be awesome. Oh, that's sad.
That's kind of what it says, but you should really read it.
Yeah, he doesn't.
for
He skips
Giannis.
words all the time. That's probably why
If
he
it's
can't
for
write.
Viking, it's for Elijah.
Yes, Viking. Ideas for the sword for Elijah. But remember, Elijah is helping to enchant the sword using Josh's magical abilities, so maybe some ice abilities for Elijah's
Yeah, that's why I was
sword.
saying, like, I could
It's a
use.
great Elijah
use his ability.
sword. What was the old weapon that Drizzt had? Ice Fang or whatever? Icing Death? I think it was called Icing Death. So I mean,
Frostbite.
a sword that actually channels like ice damage. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it does damage plus 2d6 cold damage or something like that. No, not quite 2d6.
I might use it
No.
to cut myself out of a rope trap next
Snaga,
time.
maybe you're not watching chat. Snaga, let me help you out here. Ready? It's a sword for Elijah. Elijah's sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back.
Sky, you got some in your eye?
Yeah. And then
I mean,
A camera. But yeah, I mean, I could use your like enchanting. I can enchant the weapon and as long as you're casting the spell onto it. So if there's like a spell that you know that you would want to put into the sword.
I mean, +2 is good, and then if there's an ice thing that or something that messes.
I don't know if I could stack that much. That's up to Scott. I mean, it is a level 5 hype train though.
I put blur on it so you can never fucking see it.
Put blur on the sword. Where is it? There's two of them. All right.
I think I missed.
What spells do you have access to right now, Messi?
Whatever I want, because it's a new day and I haven't picked them yet.
Well,
I could put
If it's
a lot
for
of, a lot of ice
Elijah,
attack.
perhaps you want something that may make things harder for him to be seen, so he gets sneak attack.
I'm gonna
No.
look at
What?
Scott, I actually have a good idea for Elijah.
What do you
What
got?
if it's something I could use my ice lance on? Yeah?
What way? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Instead of
Talk to
using
me.
instead of using a gem, I turned my sword into an ice lance.
Instead of using my gem, I turn my sword into
keep
an
looking.
ice lance. How does that work?
I would imagine it'd be more like an ice axe instead of an ice lance.
You're an
because
ice
the sword
axe.
wouldn't
It'd be like a
work.
big ice sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes it my ice lance.
a
Like it
throwing
gives me the
axe.
effects of the ice lance, but it's a sword that I can hit with melee.
What does the ice lance do? Remind me, because that's a powerful spell. That's like your Frieza spell or whatever.
Yeah. It's the
That's my
stun
third
spell.
level.
You create a sharp spear like ice, which you throw on a creature with a range. Throw on a creature? That's written well.
What the fuck's he saying?
The target must succeed a
Probably
dexterity
at.
saving throw or take 3d6 piercing damage and 3d6 cold damage and
That
be
means if
stunned
it-
until its next turn.
That means if it succeeds, it takes no damage.
Correct. But if it fails, it takes a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
awful.
we've had that happen.
Yeah.
And
I
when you
think that's
cast
happened
it,
one time.
when you cast it, it's a diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces, which is expensive as fluff.
Yeah.
But it's
No.
not consumed.
I'll consume you.
Not consumed?
No, it would say it. It would
Oh,
say it
this
in
whole
the, in the-
fucking time. I thought it was.
No, you only
okay, so
needed
we-
one of those
God
diamonds.
damn it!
as
It's
long as you
fine.
get
I only
the
used
lance
like
back.
2, 3.
That's 300 gold. We haven't even had that. Oh, yeah, we have.
Why is that popping up in chat?
Wow.
That's a
I
very
suddenly
like that
found
would
my
be a
bag
good
to be
spell to
300 gold
put.
pieces
Oh,
heavier.
wrong one.
I mean, I just don't see a sword becoming a lance, but I could see it become like a
Yeah.
throwing axe or something like
Well, not an
that.
axe, but yeah, I could
Sword
definitely
becoming
see.
an axe? That'd be like a
I mean,
great
if you
sword or
just,
something.
you could literally just have ice appear on the end of the sword to make it
Yeah.
look like an axe with
it
on
gets
the end of a sword. So it's
Extendo
like-
sword.
See, I like the idea of like it's a sword in your hand, and all of a sudden it gets like cold, and it gets like so cold you can almost see like steam coming off of it because of like the ice.
Mist.
Yeah, the mist, like because of how cold it is
Fall
happening.
down. Right?
And then that has like maybe it does like additional cold damage or something like that, or because obviously like flame tongue is super common, so it does like additional cold damage.
Yeah, I would take a frost tongue. That's fine. That makes sense.
If you want it to be broken as fluff, you can have it be like, oh, I can actually allow what's this fluff to use something like investiture of ice for like a minute or something like that. But that's a spell that's even beyond Elijah's ability as of right now because it requires him to be 11th level to cast. You know, but that's the only like ice spell I could see in this game in 5e. That's close because even Ice Body from Pathfinder is 7th level. You know. Is there an ice knife? Is there a 5e like ice knife?
Yeah, I have ice knife. Yeah,
How does this
it's
work?
a first level spell, I think. There you go.
You create a shard of ice and fling it at a creature within your range. Make range attack with it. If it hits, it does 1d10 piercing. Hit or miss, the shard explodes. The
or
target
miss.
creature takes within 5 feet. Oh, you know what? You know what's cool? What if the sword is cold? Like it's a cold sword, like it's always cold, right?
Yeah.
And then you can literally just kind of imbue it with cold, and as a swift action you can like activate it and then you attack, or like as an
It's a
action you can
swift
attack
action.
with
and it shoots
it. Sorry,
out
swift
like
bonus thing difference.
icicles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
So like
Bonus action ice knife.
I mean, I'm even thinking like ice can sheathe the blade, and when he swings it, it slides off the blade and it's
yeah,
launched.
or you hit somebody in melee and it does additional damage in melee instead. You know, so I like the idea like either it sheathes it as a bonus action you sheathe it in ice, and then as a standard action you either hit them and they take 2d6 extra cold damage, or you can fling it as part of an attack action to more or less make an ice knife. So it's almost like making an at-will ice knife, which is not, I mean, maybe not at-will, maybe
bonus
put a
action.
limitation to it, but that's pretty cool, right? That's kind of like Ophios' shield, which 3 times a day can do
I
blah,
like
blah,
that.
blah, blah,
It's also a level you're saving
Yeah, I
spell
like that.
slots.
Yeah,
so
well,
that's
true.
also a pretty
That's true.
good thing. Yeah.
Mine is a reaction
I
though.
like
with
it,
the
I
shield.
like
If I
it.
get hit, it does 1d6.
Correct.
Got it.
This one's consuming an additional action. It's consuming a bonus action to invest it, and then it stays
Does it
on there.
count?
Right.
Does it count as casting a leveled spell? Could I theoretically cast a spell and then bonus action throw the ice, or would that be a?
It wouldn't be. What he's saying is that the ice to activate it's a bonus action, and then attacking would be the actual.
Think-
Oh, it's an
things.
action.
Yeah,
Think
yeah.
like Dagger of Venom. You know how you activate it with the the bonus action.
Well,
or-
actually, an action,
And
but yeah.
and,
Well, that
and to
one's an
answer your
action,
question, Messi, no, because it's activating a magic item, not casting a spell.
Correct.
Cool.
Right.
So if I had a bonus action spell, I could still theoretically use it.
Correct.
Yes.
But either way, so yeah, you could activate as a bonus action, just leave the ice sheathed onto it until you're ready to use it. I actually think that's wicked cool. I also think we should make it a +1 weapon, or you said you can make a +2?
I can do a +2 because I'm a journeyman in enchanting weapons.
Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Hey,
I still have to roll for it.
hey guys, chat.
Hey, wake up!
So yeah, pay attention. +2.
Put the phone down.
Yeah, seriously. Rosin, pay attention.
Unless you're watching on your phone, then keep it off.
All right, back to the game. +2, whatever sword, something sword. That also has icy knifey, throwy, splatty, coldy damage thing. How do we like it? Do we like
Or?
it?
Was there an or coming, or?
+2's powerful as fuck in your world.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, that's probably the most powerful magic item that has been seen so far. Well,
This is like the
that,
third
that,
effect I've suggested. What's the third effect you suggested?
Action Phoenix has put in several suggestions.
Oh, has he? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was yelling at you guys and looking up stuff. Oh, so he's talking about like more or less any touch spells that might already exist, like let's say chill touch, even though that's technically necrotic, but you know, like a cold
That
damage
could-
spell.
yeah.
Like you hit it, and then as a bonus action, you can trigger it to do more damage because you've already hit. How about a blade with a gemstone in it that recovers daily, allowing the blade to be used in place of? No, not for that. It doesn't make sense for what we've already done.
it also doesn't make sense for the blade. The blade is special because the Gish spent his entire life using it to cast magic through. The blade is special. By adding a gem, you're taking away from the properties of the blade.
It doesn't matter if he's proficient with it. Shh, you're missing the point. It's for Elijah.
I also am proficient,
He is proficient. There you go.
which is cool. That's cool. Yay.
I like the ability so far, but how many charges or recharges per day? That is a good question.
How much
equal
damage
to
does
my
it do,
int modifier.
Scott? No,
The 2d6 is the cold damage.
2d6.
then 2 times
Yeah.
2 charges.
Two charges a day?
Yeah, because I have 4 with my necrotic shield, and it does 1d6.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that lines up. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Cool.
Keep it balanced.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Does everybody else like it? Now, this was the level 5 hype. So we have 2 badass effects. I'm sorry, +2 is huge. It's huge. It's huge. Huge.
Who's that? Who you making fun of there?
Nobody. I'm honoring. And it has the Elijah effect. We don't need a third effect, do we? Wait, this is good enough? His +2 is already huge.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, I would
Sorry,
say,
big.
I would make one more suggestion that if it's being used as a magic weapon, maybe he can use intelligence instead of dexterity.
Nope. I agree. It's too OP with the third effect. Let's move on. Wrap it up. We already got it. Josh, I'll let you write it out and send it over to Messi. Let's move on from here. Any other RP, Rena?
Thanks, Josh.
You got to have RP with you had a moment with one of the other party members. So any other characters, any other chatter, or are we finally heading to the North Keep?
Ophios said he was going to talk to Raina.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that's right.
Heading there. So.
That's actually super important too.
Wait, what?
He said it's super important, so you're good. Go for it.
Oh. Ophios would approach Rena and simply say,
Why does he keep saying it's a weapon he can't use? Saga
I'm
asks
proficient
questions and
short
doesn't
swords.
pay attention to the response.
Yeah, I am proficient. I swear. I swear I'm proficient in
are you
short
drunk?
swords.
Are you drunk? Were you drinking with us today, Snaga? I'm sorry, Ophios. I totally interrupted you. It says God as he looks down at you from the heavens. Please
it's fine.
continue.
My god is kind of being dumb right now, so it's fine. Anyway, Ophios approaches Rena and simply will say, I don't know how much I have told you about my past, but I think she should know. When our peoples are born from the eggs, we have to fight amongst each others and eat each others to determine who lives or lays on.
It sounds familiar, but I believe it has been a long time.
You see, I was born in a clutch trained specifically for my clans called the Slayers. An assassin's group's designed to hunt and kill Lopers. We are told that we are the greatest warriors in the fights against the evils that the Lopers brings to this world. That's what we're told. Not all of us are born with the magics I possess. I wasn't the strongest of my clutches. I had to find ways around victories, manipulate for open scenes, make them uneasy to find weaknesses to strikes. My instructor's cause was very hard on me. His name is Ka. Sorry, it's my lisp got sneeze. You see, I don't think I was sent out in this world because I was the strongest, or the ones that would be successful. I was sent out because I think they didn't want to waste more times with me. I was sent to kill a Lopers on a travels. Somehow I succeeded. And Sasha's, the ones you met, or no, he wouldn't know. And he wouldn't know that you met that because he doesn't remember Mommy. Shit.
Okay.
And Sasha's was the one who went with me. I could have killed hers. I thought about killing hers. But I didn't. We came back to the clutch to see the destructions. What's the mushrooms mans, the gnomes, the Lopers had done. Ka was not to be found. I don't know where he was. But everything was destroyed, and an egg went missing. I found out after the facts that the mushrooms mans had kept ones alive. We need to find the mushrooms mans and the eggs. But
Do we even know where he went?
knows. But I do knows that I must do the Lopers in for what they continue to do to the worlds.
Well, that is why we're here.
Yes. I just thought you should know the real stories of my clutch and of what I am.
Well, I'm glad you trust me enough. We have been traveling together a long time, but it is good to hear you say it.
I only remember small amounts.
It's okay. I'm sure some things will trigger more memories as we continue.
I hope so.
Do you think Ka is alive?
Perhaps not. I don't know. Sasha's is though.
Scott, is that name familiar to me? Did she tell us? Yeah.
You're muted. I can't.
Yeah, you are muted.
Scott.
Sorry, I muted myself so I wouldn't annoy Tyler anymore. Because it was an annoying god. Listen, I know. My wife tells me all the time. You, Tyler, you never told her because she never actually met Sasha, did she?
No.
She met Sasha and Momley outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know she was in Momley, but I don't think she actually met her.
They saw each other. I don't think there was ever an introduction or something or an interaction.
I think at that time you weren't describing to her who that was.
Correct.
Yeah, so she doesn't know that person, I don't think.
He would have described her in that story, and it might make Rena think of that person, but he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, Ophios doesn't remember.
I would say it's not very overt.
Yeah.
She wouldn't bring it up then. Doesn't really matter.
But this is the first time Rena's hearing about, like, his actual, like, upbringing to an extent. The most he ever told her was that, like, his purpose was this, and he was trained for this. That fighting was what he knew, and that's how he built trust, was knowing that somebody would be able to hold their own and have his back.
Right, and she knows that.
And now you kind of more or less understand that meaning why. Because that's all they were bred and done.
Yeah.
That clutch.
And after that, she would ask, why didn't you kill Sasha?
She still had use. Plus, the clutch seems to think she was one of the best options for creating mores.
Do you think that is all that I am at the moment?
What's use? Feels different, not sames.
Okay. Well, we'll find them. The mushroom man, Ka,
yes.
the egg.
He's sitting there thinking for a second. He's like, trust is different. The feels, it's different. I trust my own peoples in the facts that we have same alignments. The feelings different. If that makes sense.
She'll nod. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I understand. I'm here to help you.
You said,
as I've always been.
And you said yours was similar when in the woods. Something's happens to yours homes.
It was a long time ago, but yes.
He like looks expectingly, like waiting for you to talk.
Mostly just giving you a moment because she's already told you this before. But she'll tell you again if you are just waiting for a response.
He doesn't remember.
The Paradel overtook my hometown. Talion. They murdered my family. And I was taken. So you can imagine my disdain for Paradal.
He would nod.
Well, off to Cadence then.
It's nighttime. Let's rest, and then we go on the road again. On
Cool,
the road
that
again.
All right, so I want to RP now with Oscar, Ophios,
Elijah.
and
And then there's this great DM in the sky that I think we should also RP with at some point. I don't
so
know.
just for RP for flavor purposes, every night at camp. Oh my God, do you guys hear that?
That's the radiator, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the
Oh my
hell?
god.
I knew
It's
exactly
like,
what that
my
sound
house
was.
is possessed.
I can tell you why as well.
Well, I have it closed off because it makes a lot of noise when it's on. Anyways,
That doesn't fix the problem, buddy.
No, it does not.
every
Welcome
night,
to the north.
every night, I'll sit with Laszlo will sit with Elijah, and he'll just channel Elijah's ice magics into the blade for the next 3 days. That's it.
Okay.
Thanks, homie.
So, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No, and if you
Are
ask
they-
again,
Rena.
I'm going to turn this caravan around.
Yes.
All right,
Rena.
back to the conversation previous.
I'm just kidding.
Everyone wants a conversation. I need another beer. So.
You mean water beverage or similar non-adult beverage?
you're on Scott's
Yeah.
side now. Okay.
No, absolutely not. I am hoping that it's very alcoholic.
Same.
Yeah,
Just
it's
kidding.
been a
I'll be
day,
right
huh?
I'll be right back.
We're gonna get in that Bud Light.
All right. So while we're waiting, anyone have any more RP we need to do?
Just Cadus.
Just Cadence? Is it Cadence? Is he just like standing there at the edge of camp being like, oh, hey, by the way, I've been here the whole time. Just waiting. I walked with you guys from Vigil. We could have RP'd at any point.
He's like, I've been here, walking right behind you, literally for 17 days.
It's been wild journey,
18
honestly.
days since Cadence first talked to you.
Hey, so Rena, we learned that Cadence has been following us for 18 days. 17 days.
It's time magic.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, he's just been hanging out. He's been listening in on all of our conversations.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, why?
He's looming,
Weirdo?
He's looming in the clouds above you,
What
like.
are you watching us for? God. Okay. All right. So we're Cadus's.
I like your technique when you pee. You
Oh,
always
thank
sign.
you.
You always sign your name
Yeah, of course. Every time.
every time.
Consistency, my friend.
Ophios doesn't sign his name. He just draws a snake.
We
I just
all
imagine
draw
like
snakes.
Cadus gets closer and closer to the camp every night. It's just like, you guys can see me? You guys
Creeping
can
on
see
us.
me yet?
He's just invisible.
Okay.
Hey, look. Is Cadus a cannibal? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was uncomfortable and really bad for your microphone.
Do it again.
Or don't.
That's only.
Okay,
thing-
we're at Cadus's camp, wherever the heck
Yeah.
we're walking up to. What do we see? Scott, go.
Okay. So you guys don't walk up to his camp. What it is you walk up to the North Keep.
Oh, the
Oh,
keep.
yeah,
That's
they're
right.
right. We're going to a keep.
I mean,
Right.
he's
He's
that
not
makes sense.
there.
The keep is all you find outside the keep are 3 undead. Who kill them? 3 zombies. Who get them? 1 each. Come on, go get them, guys. Go get
Are there
'em.
actually
Wait, they're-
undead outside?
oh,
the
they're
keep
like-
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
3 zombies. Yeah. Go
Ooh,
get
me,
'em.
me.
Rena's
I mean,
like,
okay, like-
I got frustration.
Yes, I get to kill things.
Are we actually? Are we?
Who's zombie
fucking-
number 2? Who's zombie number 2?
Okay. I'll kill one.
All right.
I will kill all 3.
Whoa,
Oh,
Rena.
Elijah, would you like to play cards?
We'll
There are
outrun
3
you.
cookies on the table, and there are 6 people sitting at the table. Do you eat
They're
all 3
all
cookies?
mine. They're all
Is it
mine.
3d6? Josh, is it 3d6 for cards?
And you were saying something, Tyler.
It is.
Ophios will attack one, I guess.
Okay. So Ophio, so it's one of those things. Like, are those there's the zombies. I'll reach it to him.
No,
Oh, it's mine!
It's mine!
I've never killed one before.
She
Let me go.
punches
Let me
you.
go.
I'm a professional. This is my job.
I'm
Literally
trying to
what I
gain
do.
experience.
I think I beat you.
There's a question in chat that people would like answered. I assume,
What's that?
I assume the answer is great.
Which weapon do Rena use?
Yeah, the great axe, because it's her weapon of choice. I know you're disappointed. I know which one you want me to use. Gonna have to wait. All right, I attack one of them.
Wait, is this actually happening? I thought.
Are we-
Oh,
you need to
you don't need to roll. You just
Oh,
kill
I thought we were doing that. Okay,
No,
cool.
no, no.
She kills all of them.
No! No! Bad Rita!
First of
Why
all,
not?
no, I'm sorry. If I see undead there, I'm running up there with you, and I am. Well, there you go.
Oh, whoa.
That's just rude, Scott.
You don't
She's
do
being-
that.
Hey, I'm Rena.
Josh,
Hey, hold
Josh,
on.
don't move.
Hold on.
Bad
you don't
Rita.
do that to the one female in the room, Scott. You don't do
Yeah,
that.
bad move, man.
I
Bad
put baby
move.
in the corner, okay?
No, you
Wow.
never.
Oh,
put-
you
first of
about to
all-
be in the doghouse right now.
That's
Wow.
okay. Woof, woof, motherfucker. You play nicely.
Cadence who? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Rita,
We're just gonna
Wait,
leave.
why are you
Go-
punishing us?
Hold on,
Don't
hold on.
punish
We're just
us.
I
gonna
will
we're just gonna
speak
walk
to you.
away after killing those zombies for a little bit, Scott. We're gonna go talk for a bit, all right? We're gonna go talk about what we just did for another 2 hours, and I will keep talking over you.
You know what, Oscar?
So you apologize, Serena.
Oscar,
You,
you do
share
make a
with
good
your
point.
friends, or you go to your room. That's
Hey, Josh, you know that that
Okay.
hotline that you have directly to Britt? I imagine she might have something to weigh in on the fact that Rena got kicked from the call.
she would say it was deserved. Then you need to play nicely.
If I remember
It's not
correctly,
that.
Britt actually likes Rena.
Yeah.
I mean,
she
we're
does
still
great.
worried. We're still wondering if she likes you, Scott. So
Yeah, Neil.
Put up in the air, honestly.
Neil are the same person.
God.
Besides, I think Rita's the only one that hasn't been sent to a room before. Now it's equality. Okay.
Joke's on you. I'm already in my room.
Me too. I live in a studio apartment. I'm always in my room.
Oh Jesus! All right, let's get back to this.
So, anyways, we walk away from the keep after killing these zombies.
And we murder the zombies viciously.
You know,
A
Oscar,
little over enthusiastically.
I've been thinking about what you said, and you know, I do think the 3 of us should quest with you two for like several more weeks.
I think so, right? I think a
think-
travel.
I think we could help you.
Yeah.
You know what
Eternal
I think?
With
crossover.
our powers combined.
Scott,
Play whack-a-mole.
Scott, what do we see? at the
With our powers combined, we could be Captain Planet.
Scott, what do we see at the keep? Other than the dead zombies. The
zombies that
re-dead-
Rita killed all of?
the re-dead zombies.
I love the fact that you guys like racing over there to kill the zombies. And
Josh,
Rita
round
just-
2.
Rita just uses her cloak of teleportation. She's like,
I'm not gonna waste it on that.
Yeah, no.
all
I
right.
will run faster than Oscar and kill them myself.
Oh, good fucking luck, bud.
I will roll you for it. This is
I
important.
mean, we do not roll on the same thing, so that's a very.
That's true.
weird
I forgot
thing.
we're in 2 different.
Yeah,
Never
if it
mind.
was 5, I would roll you if it was in 5.
Okay, fine. You get 1. I'll take the other 2.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want one, man.
What about Ophios?
Look, how fast
I
is he?
heal them, so I help the zombies to be able to try and kill them with my magic.
Did you say Lazombies? I thought he was gonna say lasagna.
Yeah.
The Lazombias.
they're pasta zombies.
Pasta zombies.
Impasta zombies.
That's what happens when a
Zombia.
Pastafarian gets turned into a zombie.
Yeah, they turn into Lazombias.
Yep, that makes sense.
Zombies.
Oh man. Oh, it's for Norway. It's lasagna night for Norway. All right. As
we
a
need to
reference,
take
Cell
a
gets.
break to get back on track.
No, we're good. We're good.
What,
we're
what,
good.
do, what do we see at the keep now that we've
Yeah,
rushed
yeah.
up and killed
When you
two
get there, you
zombies?
kill the zombies, and you look around.
Cadence isn't there.
You see no guards up on the walls. So it's one of those, you kind of go over and walk up to the keep like.
Let me in!
Nobody home.
Let me in!
Okay, first of all, is the keep shut?
The gate is shut.
Gate
The
is shut.
door was actually damaged at one point in time, but has since been repaired. So you can see like patchwork
What
repairs.
keep is this, huh?
An empty one.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
Scott, is this keep look familiar that Ophios might have avoided at some point meta-wise?
I'm not sure which one you avoided, but certainly you guys came through here when you saw Cadence. You guys kind of got detained for a couple days inside of an old shrine, and Cadence had a conversation with Leon, and then they left together. I don't know if you remember that on your initial trek down to the what's it called?
The gate?
The temple.
Temple?
The time temple.
Yeah.
So,
Ophios wouldn't remember, but I do.
Scott, out of curiosity, this door.
Hmm?
I have some familiarity with doors.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask how high is the wall?
The wall is about 25 feet, I believe.
Cool. Ophios
Okay, well.
teleports to the top of the wall.
You teleport up there, no problem. So you look at this door like, I'm gonna ask God about this door, and then all of a sudden Ophios is standing on the wall looking around. Ophios, you see nobody inside the keep, no movement, no anything.
Rena, that must be very difficult to keep track of.
Scott, just
says I
because
can't
he's
do that too?
extremely cautious.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that it must be
he's gonna
irritating
throw
when he
up
does it
detect magic
and
and make sure he
doesn't
still
say anything about it.
anything.
He does what he wants.
Yeah, I've gathered that.
You don't detect the presence of any magic?
All right, he's gonna make his way down the wall towards the door to open it up.
Make his way down where?
Towards the door.
Not town? Okay. So you go down the stairwell, and you can easily go over to the door. I mean, imagine you're not stupid. You're not just like, burp, 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 burp. You're like cautious. You move cautiously, sword drawn, looking about, making sure that you
Sword and shield out. Yep.
yeah, walk alongside the walls so you have at least your side to something, and eventually make your way over to the door where you hear them having their conversation outside of it. No, actually, I do prefer herbal tea over. And then you can. It takes a bit of effort, but you can hoist up the bar that locks the gate shut and toss it off, like toss it to the side, and open up the doors.
What's
The
the
doors.
touching mechanism? You
Yeah,
tend
he'll
to
simply say as he
open
opens the
the
doors.
legs.
If you guys aren't having too much troubles, come on, since.
Elijah, you are very good at cards.
I'll walk in.
So Elijah, you actually
up.
have seen this before, and then when you're looking at the door and you're looking at the thing thrown to the side, walking in, you're like, this is the one I cast knock on before, and it opened up. I don't know if you recall that. I know you were traveling with somebody, and I can't remember who it was. Was it Rena?
Was
Ophelia.
Ophelia?
Ophelia? It was Ophelia.
Was it?
Yeah.
Pretty
while
sure.
You guys were in the gate. You went with Ophelia.
Yeah.
That is right.
So,
So you've been here before with Ophelia.
Chrysalin informs us that Cadence is leaving.
Oh, Chrysalin's actually not here. I forgot to,
No.
because we haven't talked about Chrysalin in ages. She actually came down with something. She came down with the sickness.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She must have.
Anyway.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Cough,
be
cough. I'll stay with the camp guys. Cough, cough. You can meet me back at Kurzfall. They're going to give me a ride back to Kurzfall. Cough, cough.
Kurzfall. No, she's a vigil. We're not going to Kurzfall.
I'm staying in vigil. Cough, cough.
That's a good idea.
She's
We
staying with General
probably-
Jaeger. Cough, cough.
We probably do have to go back to Kurzfall at some point.
Anyway, so we enter the
Okay.
keep. Got it.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I was arrested.
All
Oh,
right,
That's
can
where I
we-
saw that one guy.
You walk in and walking about and looking into that area. Everything is Elijah's like, oh, I've been here before. You got to point out details. The place is empty.
Can I look to
Um,
see when they left? I know I don't. see it.
Absolutely. You guys can certainly look around for tracks and whatnot.
If I remember correctly, this was a strong military hold, right? Like,
Yeah.
they had mostly just warriors here. They had some, I don't know if they were merchants, but they had some, like, diplomats maybe that were here too.
Something like
Is that
that.
right?
Yeah, something like that.
And they're all gone?
Everybody's
There's
gone.
not like not even like a cabbage on the ground? Maybe a sweet roll.
No cabbages.
Cabbages.
No cabbages.
A couple
Not
of
my cabbages.
gold pieces in a bucket somewhere.
Nope, no buckets. No cabbages.
No buckets.
Would Elijah point this out to any of us?
Yeah, he would tell you that last time he
nobody-
was here, there were a lot of people here.
Okay.
Military stronghold. And there's merchants and shit. Yeah.
You think it's too early? Too late?
Too quiet.
She's asking you like, time? Question mark.
The door was locked when we got here, so
Scott, can I turn into my Loper form and change time? Oh God, he's right there.
Yes.
Laszlo, no.
Ophios kills Laszlo in front of Oscar and he laughs.
All right, so you guys are standing looking around like, huh, it's empty.
but it can't be because it was locked.
I mean,
From the inside.
So
from the inside,
Yeah.
Can I don't know. Can one of us investigate? Can we
Sure.
like roll to?
I mean,
Okay.
Absolutely,
I
you guys
did-
can certainly
I'm
search
really
around.
good at that. You want me
Survival
to show
checks,
me that?
Yes,
investigation
do
checks,
that.
perception checks.
Cool. Whatever we
twiddle your
got.
thumb checks. What have you got?
I did
Roll-
a very shitty roll.
Roll them
earlier.
out, boys and boys.
Yeah, we are.
Survival, you said?
rolled.
Yeah.
Whichever one you'd like, man.
Hey, Oscar,
Perception?
Yeah.
roll luck.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'll do
Can I
that.
reroll?
TK did get a look at it. So
I've been here before. Do I get advantage?
I click the button and it's
I
lagging.
feel like he
Yeah,
should
me
because
too.
he's been here before. But
Scott's on. It has
Scott?
2 web pages open for Roll20. It's breaking the whole system.
Nah, it's their servers are garbage.
All right.
God,
Elijah,
do I get advantage?
16 investigation. Ophios, 16 investigation. Rena, 20 survival.
The other two, the perception looks like an 11, which is not very good, and
And
a
then I'm
14, but you're gonna luck it, of course.
Yeah, I'm
And-
waiting on a lot.
And Messy, yeah, you unfortunately cannot because you kind of we're only in one small spot before. So first and foremost, the investigation survival checks from the three of you looking around. Reno survival checks. You see that the tracks on the grounds do not look very old. The tracks like you see around the camp where there's and a couple of hoof prints and whatnot that are here. People's tracks. They don't look too terribly old. It's a mixture, of course, older tracks in areas where people walk in less frequently, and the area that's most frequently walked in, which has obviously a bit more and so a bit fresher. If you had to guess, 2 days old at most. Honestly, walking outside the camp and checking out there would probably give you a clue of which direction, and B, a more fresh idea of the tracks that are out there.
she'd follow them just to figure out which direction they go.
We'll do that in a second.
Okay.
As for the
It's-
investigation,
Sorry, I was just gonna say it's not. It's actually like not functioning.
no,
So-
I'm aware. That's
Okay.
just it's the same as before. It's the API. It's just
Okay,
gonna be like,
cool.
huh? Me not work? Me okay?
Cool. Sorry, just wanted to check on.
I will leave the game and press the button to make sure that it is
Yeah, it might have
the API didn't
Died.
break or whatever, because it happens sometimes. Settings, API scripts. The script is called Josh is Amazing. Restart sandbox.
I didn't name it that.
Did you name the script? Was
Mhm.
it you? Oh.
I made it. I just sent
Okay.
it to him and he named it.
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure, whatever you say.
I mean, I am amazing. So I mean,
He's like, I mean, they're not wrong. Are they wrong?
Language.
You can't
What
fight with
language?
code. It's JavaScript.
Can't argue with it.
Oh, that's stupid.
All right, sir.
It's actually not even real
click your
JavaScript.
luck
It's
button,
like
die now.
a bastard version of it.
It's HTML. HTML5.
17. now.
17. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the two of you guys investigating about, what you can discover is it looks like pretty much all the supplies that they had inside here. This is Messi and Ophios. Pretty much all the supplies that they had inside this place have been taken. They are, in fact, gone from this place. Something that definitely catches your attention as well is that there is a when you're kind of like walking around doing your investigation, you notice that in like the taller building that's here, there's a second floor that you can go into. In that second floor, there's actually a room that you can go into that looks incredibly familiar. It actually looks exactly like that room you were in Hod Gwen.
Oh.
That was the same room that was in Kurzfall. That was the same room that was in in the Sun's Rest. So you see the same room that's here.
Oh, it's a teleporting room.
Show us the secrets.
No. It's just a room that's the same. And for you, Sir Manboy, sir, with the bald head that is beautiful, you walking around with your perception check.
Bald, but thank you.
You walking around with your perception check, you can notice two things stand out for you with your 17. One, the over by like the part of the river that is actually inside the gated area here, you can see that's it looks like at one point in time they did have some sort of raft or structure like boat or whatever it is inside the water there, but rather than leaving it behind because they apparently didn't need it any longer, they sunk it, which is annoying, right there inside the keep, because extracting that is not easy to do in the medieval ages. So they sunk a boat right there, right inside the harbor that's behind the actual gate area. There's also another boat that's in there that's been sunk too, but that one looks older, so it looks like it may have been done beforehand. So somebody would have a really hard time getting any boat inside here, even a river boat inside here that's more than just like the most shallow of holes inside it. So you notice that as you're walking around. You also notice it's kind of like a draining system, kind of like designed over in that water area over there. Doesn't really stand out. It's just like grates or whatever, like a draining system over there. But lastly, you also notice that there's a over the building where they had gone into beforehand, because you know, like when it rains, it leaves kind of like almost like a staining on the walls, and then like within a few days after it stops raining, the staining still kind of remains. One of the things that you notice is that it looks like there was a flag that was there not too long ago. You kind of like see the stains in the walls, that there was probably a flag that often flies in a certain spot, but there's no flag flying there now. The keep has no flag for any nation or anything like that there.
So this keep is essentially abandoned at
Correct.
this point in time.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
I read Irwin's reports. Do I know about the what's his face sneaking in here and changing the flag?
He wouldn't write anything about that in here.
Okay.
What do I get off my survival outside?
Roll again.
No, you told me, you said you could see where the footprints led, and you said we'll get to that in a second. So you want me to roll again?
That's the get to it.
Bro.
Sis.
Bruh.
Bro.
All good.
Sis.
That's sus.
It's fine.
Told you, it's fine.
What do I
Do you
got?
want to look it?
No.
Get that 20 again. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't want to waste it.
Gotta
You
get
may
that
as well
20.
fuck it, luck it.
Oh god, no. They'll be mad.
Don't worry about it. It's not important anyway.
Boom.
Okay, all right.
The tracks out here, the newest tracks out here. So it looks like they may have left all together or left in two different groups. Honestly, you're having a hard time discerning, because the last group to come out, it looks like the oldest tracks are a little bit more fresh, like in the center of the actual walking path here, whereas there's some that are about a day or so old. Sorry, a day and a half. Maybe 2 days old on the outside. On the inside area where the tracks are a bit more narrow, it looks like these are at most a day old. At most. If you guys left now and moved with haste.
In what direction?
North. Honestly,
Well, we have horses. We all have horses.
if they pushed hard for a day, they could be in parallel. So if you left now, even if you rode hard nonstop till you got to them, you'd be meeting them over the border.
Oh, that's not good for us.
It's not like there's like border patrol. I mean, it's not like it's Canada and the United States border where they have like a.
It doesn't matter if they go. We don't like you. They can arrest us, and no one can freaking.
Are you guys gonna investigate that room?
So they know the room, of
Tyler.
course.
Messy.
Yeah.
I mean, Messi is really the one that would take charge of this room. Elijah would
Yeah, of
probably
course.
know the best.
Messi, you're
Of course
welcome to
I'd
roll an
go-
investigation, and Ophios gives you advantage.
Fuck it.
You can. We got one.
Yeah, look it. Woohoo.
Okay, gamers.
So, yeah, with your 22, you notice two things. One, this is identical to the other room that's there, including the table, its layout, and its somewhat antiquated map showing the different things on it. You, of course, remember how that table was used before. You also notice there's a little cache, like a little, underneath the table, and actually the pedestal, bottom of the table. You realize, there's an old little hidden compartment that's here with a bit of a lock on it. Maybe something's inside.
If only I knew a way to get locks off of things.
What do you think would be locks in the chests? Elijah's
Elijah's not in there.
prize.
Yes, I am locked in the chest.
No, I said what do you
Communicating
think
you
would be
externally
locked
through
in
a
the
focus.
chest, Elijah, is the whole question.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is a good question. Why would there be a locked chest in this room?
It's not a chest. It's like a
Probably
locked
something
hidden
magical.
compartment.
It's probably something magical or something having to do with their war efforts, probably. We can take a look. Cause I got spell slots.
You guys hear a
There you go.
really, really loud bang come from inside the keep where they are. So, Rena, you saw them go into that building, and you're outside, and you hear this loud knock, like smash against the stone that's inside there. You guys outside also hear this really loud noise echo from where the two of them went up into. I imagine it's alarming for you.
Has he's used this spell before though? Is it a similar sound to when he's used the spell in the past?
Arcana check for all of you.
Okay.
Arcana check.
I was waiting to finish talking to say it.
Ooh, nice.
14 for me on that.
Rena rolled pretty high.
It's bad when Oscar knows what it is, but Laszlo doesn't, and Rena does too.
We're like, I know this
Oh.
thing.
Ah, yeah, okay.
That's my rolling. 1, 2, 3.
That was really terrible.
I imagine Laszlo's probably distracted.
Yeah, that's
He's
why.
Investigating
It's so
something. I don't know.
loud.
My
It's like,
own
"Shh,
ears
my
can't handle it anymore.
I'm too short for this sound.
It went right over
The sound
my
waves
over
are
him.
lower. Everyone knows.
It goes over you.
It went right over my head. Really.
All right, well then I'm not concerned, but I will head in that direction.
Oscar's just gonna look and go, huh, and then keep looking around.
Okay. So the door opens up, and you find nothing inside. It's empty. It got cleaned out like 4 seasons ago.
Great. They locked
Oh.
it.
Why was it locked?
Always a
You know what?
bitch.
Force a
Locks the
habit?
thing
I don't
back
know.
up.
You know what, Ophios, I'm gonna teach you a life lesson here because you're so young. If you ever break open a locked chest and you find that it's empty, always leave a little something for the next guy to find.
What do you put in there?
I'm putting 1 gold coin.
No. Gotta put 2.
It's your 2 cents.
No, do not. No, do not put 2 gold coins.
You gotta put 2
No,
gold
no,
coins.
no, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no,
No,
no.
we're gonna do
Please.
this.
Don't put no.
For you,
Just
and
one.
it's locked.
No.
It's locked in there.
Straight up asking
I just
Joey to trump
remembered.
card us now.
No.
Listen. Poor Joey got a little agitated earlier. It would make his day if you put 2 gold coins in there.
Oh
I
no.
put 2 gold coins in there.
There you go. See, we love Joey here. We do have a Joey here. I cannot wait until Kingmaker comes back.
I poop in the corner.
2 gold coins and a pile of shit.
I don't understand what the 2 gold coins thing is.
It's a joke from a Patreon game. It's an inside joke.
It's become more than that.
I'll
though.
explain it to you off stream.
Oh,
It's
When
got
you're
its own
older.
backstory.
Joey, do you want to pre-drop the trump card right now? Like, drop it now for the next time the door is opened, or are you gonna wait just in case?
The next time someone opens that door,
So it's a
that's
pre-
awesome,
this
Joey.
would be the
That's
fir-
awesome.
It would be the first time a trump card was preset in this keep and didn't get played until months later. And all of a
Gonna
sudden,
wait.
Steve was like checking in on like a work break, like, "Oh, hey, that thing happened. All right, back to work."
Oh my god.
Anyways, so you that leaves the 2 of you in there at the table as Rena comes walking up, and the other 2 continue looking about.
Oops.
Nothing, I presume.
Nope.
Oh, it seems Seems they
I'll get
left
back to
recently.
my search. Huh? Oh,
She'd tell
that's
you what
good.
she found. Yeah, it seems they left recently.
We found that they have used this room to leave in mass very quickly.
And I mean, as I'm looking around, I recognize that and be like, where do you suppose
It's
this
definitely
this
something
room?
planned.
Where do you suppose this room connects?
Perhaps to where we were before.
open it? We could
How?
just use it, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, how do we use this room, Scott?
Intelligence check to remember. None of you guys are really good at this stuff.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you guys can walking in.
I meant to use my advantage there, but I forgot to click it.
Oh,
You guys can
'Cause
walk
I have
in.
that
Oh my
inspiration.
god! How do I even? Alright, I'm gonna roll
God,
anyway.
I love
This
Regicide.
this place
Okay.
is abandoned.
Oscar also got a wisdom. What if it's wisdom, by the way? But so you guys can walking into the room while they're in there having a conversation.
Why not?
Oh.
Let's be intrusive.
Scott, I meant to
What else are you
roll
gonna do?
with advantage with my, but you know what? I screwed up, so
You
I'll
missed-
live with it.
I don't
Fine.
mind you re-rolling. I don't care, but or you can,
Nah,
or you
I'll
choose
live
not
with
to
it
because you
now.
saw that the other two already had high numbers, so that you're fine with it. Meta decisions, cheater.
I'll save that for when I need to get memory back.
They come walking in and they're like, oh, how does this thing work again? I don't know. Hold on, let me go over there. And the two of them are kind of like examining at the table, and it's Rena that's kind of like, wait, it has something to do with the table over here, and goes over to Elijah's like, yeah. They lifted the pieces, and so you guys can walking in, hearing them talking about like lifting the pieces or whatever at the table. And I think what's your face? Will said, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
So you hear him say, what are you guys talking about?
You
I
want me
don't
to tell
know.
Fuck, who was it? It was.
Kithel.
Kithel.
Was it Kithel? that
Rock
teleported us
boy.
last? No, we didn't know. We saw Kithel there. We chose not to talk to him, so we have no idea that he was the one.
Was it
who the-
Aslan? We were with Aslan, but it was someone
Did
else.
Aslan show us how to do it? I think it was
No.
Oh no! It was
Nathan.
Hansa?
Nathan.
Nathan.
It was Nathan.
My brother Will's character.
Oh,
Which will? So Nathan,
My brother.
in a deer. Which city was it? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Hodgwen.
We were shown how to use this Hodgwen. That's sure. Nathan in Hodgwen showed us how to use these rooms. You can teleport between other rooms that seem to be connected to it magically through some means. I'm not sure which, but they seem to have several spread out through all of Peridot.
Oh.
that
Well,
makes
that's convenient.
sense.
That's
Actually,
convenient for them. Yeah.
no, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Lady Greer said that her child was teleported.
Yeah. And I'm not disagreeing with you. It lines up with everything else we've heard.
Oh,
We're trying to get it to work to see where they might have gone, because I believe they're linked in pairs, but I honestly
So
don't
if
know.
you
do you remember how to do it?
Yeah, we were just working on that. I don't remember exactly the configuration they had, but I can try.
And you kind of go over to the table where there's the pieces on
Flick
the table.
switches, push buttons.
No, you just like lift up the keep that you're in. Like you can find it on the map, the keep that you're in, you literally lift it up
Oh,
and
yeah.
it like clicks into place. And you just choose another keep and you go over and you lift it up. And nothing
Oh, so they're all connected.
nothing happens and it resets and you realize, oh, the door. You finish coming in and shut the door. Because last time the door was shut.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't
It
stand in
was-
the doorway.
Yeah. Well, no.
Half in and half out.
They just-
bad idea. Bad
Put it back,
idea.
put it back.
I'm gonna close the
Yep.
door and step in.
And so you do it again. You lift up the keep here. What's the other keep that you lift up? It would be the Sun's Rest,
What-
Hodgwen,
You want to
Kurzweil.
just go back to Hodgwen and see
Well,
if
what's
that works?
north of here? What's north of here?
Well, we don't
This
need
is
to
the northern
bring them
keep.
with
This
us.
is the most northern
This
one.
is the most northern keep.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's try going back to Hodgwen and see if it works.
Okay.
Okay,
So you
sure.
lift up this one, and then you just more or less get the one that's down the river, and from where you are on the map, and yeah, where the rivers, two rivers meet, and you lift that up, and it holds for a second, and then it's one of those things where you're like waiting for something to happen, and you're waiting, you're like, oh, that's right, open the door, and so you imagine he opens up the door, and you see the hallway out there, and you're like, no, you're supposed to see. So you guys just see the hallway out there that you just walked in. And you're like, no, you're supposed to see this room, but on the other side of the door. Like you walk from this room back.
Oh, it's
into
the
this
other
room.
door. It's the door across from
There's
us,
there's only
right?
one
The
door.
door across from the entrance.
It's just the one door.
Only one door, yeah. It's like a light bulb shaped room. I mean, meta, you might know, but in game,
I definitely know.
yeah.
Close the doors. Push them down, maybes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just gonna close the doors again, I guess. What's so you're trying to go to Hogwen?
I'm guessing this didn't work.
No, it didn't. Did you see the looks of disappointment on their faces?
I'm gonna touch the table and cast Identify.
So you
It's a table.
actually
It's mahogany.
when
It's cut with a single hand.
when you cast the table, you cast Identify. Funny enough, you don't really detect magic in this room. You do detect something.
Ophios.
Hold on. You do detect something here. You detect a strange presence, like a almost like a necrotic energy here. It's pulsing off of the walls around you. The walls themselves are comprised of a combination of stone with like almost like veins of steel running through them, or veins of, I should say, a metal alloy running through them, as is customary for mole architecture.
Get
But
out of the room.
that metal has like almost like a necrotic pulse coming off of it. It's mellow, but it's there.
Is it yellow?
I'll relay this to the group, and I'll look to Ophios, and I'll say, Ophios, you've been able to see magic before. Can you activate that now and see if you can see what I sense?
The table is two things, Ophios. One, oh sorry, Loper, roll for me.
You know what? I'm going to use my advantage on this roll.
Huzzah!
Joyce.
Good call.
The table is two things, Ophios. One, timeless, and two, has the ability to fold space.
Yes, this room is of Loper's magics.
How?
It's can fold space, and the tables does not age.
There's
It's stuck in times.
There's another thing that you realize is that the tables, while the table here is designed to be linked to the other ones, it's missing something. There's like almost like a key to allow the full activation to work. And you're missing that, whatever that key might be. It seems like whatever the key is, it's not meant to be here. It's meant to be, if you follow the lines, you might be able to find out where it is that these magical energies are kind of like almost searching for where the key is supposed to connect to, but it's not there. You don't know what it is. Maybe if you go out the door, you can find it, but Laszlo is literally, as you're kind of like having this realization, Ophios, Laszlo, not to interrupt you, sorry, Josh, was having like a, what's the matter, man?
No, he was just like an outburst of like, how infested is Loper magic in this area? Because it just seems like everything we run into is Loper magic.
Only the cool stuff.
He honestly would just kind of ignore it and say, it seems there's a key's missing. Something's supposed to be here's. And he kind of like gestures to that.
You walk out.
And what of the walls then that Laszlo was speaking of?
He doesn't notice that.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, Laszlo said that, didn't he?
Laszlo
Yeah,
does.
I
Laszlo
noticed
said
that.
it.
Ophios doesn't.
Yeah.
So you don't
I'll just say
detect anything on the wall?
it's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably that's what powers it.
No. You actually had oh, you did not. They had a conversation before with the what's his name, Ezek Road, alluded to the fact that there's a special kind of alloy that they need to get their hands on, that was in the area.
Oh, we were told that too.
Mhm.
The Aurorum or whatever.
It's called Aurorum.
Because that was like that happened
that's
like
it.
the second session with Oscar.
Man.
Yeah. It was,
Wait, Aurorum was a different alloy.
That's a different.
Yeah.
That's a
okay,
different
so that's
metal,
not
though.
this. Okay.
Yeah, because Aurorum is the one that like can absorb
Yeah.
and like just dispel ish magics off of itself, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if there's no key, then it's not going to work, so we'll have
No,
to
it's-
continue. on
I
foot.
think I might be able to locate sits.
Really?
Is that correct, Scott?
Yep,
Is that
yep, because
how
you got a
I'm following the
24.
trails?
24 is really good.
Yep.
Yep. So
Okay.
you actually you kind of like you say those words and you walk out. You walk out of the building that you're in and you turn around and you look up and you see like on the wall above like the doorway that allowed you into this like building that you're in that it looks like something's supposed to be there but it isn't. Following his gaze and his attention, what's your face? Oscar, you can
You're
see
never
that
gonna remember my name, man.
eventually.
One day.
So you like standing there and looking up, you see where his attention falls to is the stained area that we were discussing beforehand. It's missing a flag. Maybe that's what
The beautiful flag. Oh no.
Can I
The
can I take a look
indescribable flag.
at the metal
There's
that's
a
enlaced in the wall?
You can attempt to do so while they're kind of going at their attention on that. You probably keep Laszlo with you because like protect me from the magics, and then you can certainly roll a smithy intelligence check.
Can I aid her in some way?
Yes, but what you can do is actually do a further diagnosis of the magic that you see.
So Arcana lore, Arcane lore for me.
So just normal Smith intelligence, he said.
Yes, ma'am.
You could luck that, Josh. If you
Okay,
want
look
to
at-
like really hammer it.
I would also use the 4 to take a focus in this.
Yeah.
And Rita, do you want to luck your 16?
Nice.
No.
Out.
Are you guys out? I
Yeah,
don't think you
that
are you?
Puts you above
Oh,
17.
maybe
You have
I'm
one
on
left.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not worth it. You have to get a
No.
4 probably. Probably.
It is a lore check for me, Scott, by the way.
Yeah,
Remember?
which means you get a little extra information, information with your
Extra
18.
tidbit. Little extra tidbit.
I get a little
Yeah.
extra.
Little
I
extra.
think your 16
Just a little extra.
is good enough for me.
Rena, the metal that's here is actually not a super unique metal in its strength or like its durability or the effects or whatever it has. What's unique about this metal is the way that it happens to be formed inside the rock. Like all metals all like gold and stuff like that kind of forms in veins inside of rock that you get. This kind of metal does something like that where it forms in veins, but it's actually not particularly it's not particularly valuable. What it is that even the stone that you can cut out and like carve stone blocks and like work them together, what's known with the mole architecture is that they would do this because it did 2 things. One, it actually reinforced the stone having metal like inside of it to make the stone actually stronger. So the stone itself was physically more durable to sieging or attack or whatever it might be. But also 2, it added like a really cool, like almost like marbling effect with like a glint to it. So if it required a torch through there at nighttime or the moonlight coming in or the way that the sun would kiss it in the morning or evening, it actually just gave a really cool glinting effect. The metal itself does not strike you as being anything particularly unique. It's about as durable as iron. You know,
Does it
if it works
remind
correctly, it could be
me-
like steel. What's up?
Is it the same as the temple and the other building in?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
All mall,
Okay.
all mall architecture has this this design. And then to you, Laszlo, you actually able to discern the kind of magic that exists here. This necrotic magic isn't actually like necrotic in the sense of like undead are gonna come and eat you. It's actually what it does is it makes the weapon so it has the ability to exist both on this plane and another at the same time. See, the issue with incorporeal creatures is that they have like the specters and whatnot you guys just faced is that they don't exist here. They exist somewhere else, which can kind of partially manifest themselves here with like an ectoplasmic, almost like they're metaphysical creatures, but can temporarily make like a physical state to harm you and touch you and so on. The magic that is set into this alloy that's inside the stone here makes it so these swords fully exist in both planes. So it can harm somebody here and equally harm something that is in the metaphysical, ethereal plane as well. You can hurt ghosts with it.
I mean, I figured we'd be talking to each other, and that's
Yeah,
how we
she-
get this
Yeah,
information.
she'd be telling you what she's finding, you telling me what you're finding, so on
Yeah.
and so forth.
Because I mean, he knows the enchantment part of weapons, not the blacksmithing part that you know. You know,
Not very
I
durable,
actually-
she would say.
yeah. Where's Oscar right now?
Oscar stepped outside with Ophios to look up at the thing, and he's probably like, "Oh, this is the map." I just don't know where Elijah is. When nobody's looking, he's quickly picking his nose. He's got a sharp one.
Ow! I cut. I got you. Blood pressure.
Freeze it.
It's like a shard of,
just
an
an
ice
ice
strip.
out of
Yeah.
your nose. Don't know what you're
breaks it off.
talking about.
He's just
I
like,
would never have something up my nose.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
I'd probably go outside with Oscar and just
okay.
shadow him. Yeah.
So Rena, I have a theory on how this room works. I've seen it before. This room technically takes us to another plane and shifts us in the other plane to the other location and then brings us back. I've seen it similarly done with a much smaller object. This is fascinating. He's nerding out on this shit.
Yeah.
Like
She's listening, like sort of comprehending, but like I have no idea what he's talking about. But okay, it sounds like he's excited about it. I'm listening. I'm paying attention.
Supportive friend mode. Engaged.
Yes,
job.
yes, you're right. Yes, I too have used this thing and I was fine. Not sure if that helps.
Wow, Rena.
She doesn't know about magic.
At least she's
okay?
being supportive.
So Laszlo's gonna do the iconic every friggin' sci-fi movie with wormholes ever. He's like, okay, listen. He grabs a parchment. He's like, imagine if you existed here, and where you want to go is here. And he folds the piece of paper. What you do is and he stabs through the paper. Oh.
And all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah. But before
Let's
that
see
I'm like, can you put it into English, please? After he nerds out about it.
Across this piece of paper, it takes forever to get from one end to the other. But what if now they're touching? Is that from The Martian? Wasn't that who was that? It was didn't Donald Glover do that scene in The Martian? He literally described it with the paper and everything.
Yeah, all
that him?
sci-fi.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it in friggin'
Back to the Future.
Yeah, they do it in like all
Yeah,
those
I know.
movies. It's the same.
It's just funny when it's Donald Glover doing it, I think, in my eyes.
Like, they did it in what was that other movie? Event Horizon is another one I really like. I love that movie. Anyways, go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. There
So
were not
she-
that
She,
interesting.
yeah.
Oscar outside, you see what he's pointing at. You recognize what it is. Do you say anything? Aliens.
Yeah.
I messed up my
I'll
movies,
just
by the
say
way.
That's where the flag would have sat based on the patterns of the rain.
That's what he says
Flags.
to you. Okay.
What kinds of flags?
It looks like a stronghold banner, something they would keep to indicate who they are and who currently controls the keep. Based on the fact that it's not there, this keep is abandoned. Or if you're, I'm assuming indicating that this is a key, they may have taken it with them to prevent others from using that room. Which is very smart of them, to be fair. It's responsible. But obviously quite irritating.
They would have taken this instead of just hiding this.
If they are smart, yes, they would have taken it with them.
Scott, there's no magic for me trying to find where this flag is, correct? This is just showing me where the key would sit.
You are muted somehow, man.
You would not know what flag would be sit there, but you can make me an intelligence check.
I probably wouldn't know either way. But
No, that's
I'm
right.
not a good
assuming
roll.
it's whoever controlled this place last, but
I mean, I would be here too. I'd see this.
Because you were with your Roger side. So if you're out there with him, you can roll an intelligence check as well, Elijah. I thought he was picking his
remember
nose.
his name first
hey,
time.
a 3 and then a 4. Look at that.
Yeah.
2 P's and a
I've
5.
seen this fucking flag.
No, Elijah.
For
what
S's and
is-
B's, can I roll too?
It's not very difficult, Elijah. You get it with 10. You know that obviously Kurzfall, as you walk into the keep that has that room, you know, the castle, the flag of Valoran is there. If you go to Sun's Rest, obviously, like there, you were at the balcony. You saw the flag hanging there. In Hod Gwen, the room that has this in it, the embassy that's there, also has the flag there. But this one does not have the flag of Kurzfall on it. I mean, that's 3 Valoran flags that are linked to Loper magic.
That's suspicious.
Type something. Type something!
Yeah.
Whose owns these keeps, Elijah's? Whose flags is this?
Well, there isn't one here.
I understand, but I imagine you explained you know what flag it would be.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I would have told you that.
So then he would ask, whose flags is it? Who bears this flags?
Okay, not Josh. Wow. Scott, were the flags that I've seen all of the same? Like, were they the exact same, or were they all just of the same area?
Oh no, they were the same flag. They were the flag of Valoran.
Hey guys, I found a flag.
You've ever
I found a flag, guys.
seen.
It's
the flag of
that
the
flag.
chosen. It's
Yeah.
the flag of Kingmaker.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Valoran, but yes.
Well,
Okay.
Valorant. Yeah.
Well, looks like Ophios has to go and do a real regicide now.
Elijah's. This magic's is Loper's. That would
Yes.
mean one of the so-called chosens has to be a Loper's, more than likely.
Did
don't
the chosen
know-
build these Yeah, I'm not sure the
Well,
chosen
well-
built these rooms.
And also, hold on. That logic doesn't necessarily follow. Just because someone interacts in a certain way doesn't mean that they're necessarily inherently that thing. I understand where you're coming from.
This
but
magic's has to be of Loper's.
that I
Ophios, I don't know if
understand.
you remember this. Ophios, but when we met up with Raven, Ilin, and Kroll, they didn't know what Lopers were. We had to tell them about them. They thought it was the mole. So maybe the mole are similar in their magics. It could be that they've taken from the previous generation,
Or
like the
they
iPhone 6 versus the
lies.
iPhone 7.
Or
I need to
they
ask
lies.
Laszlo a question. And Oscar walks away.
Well,
I mean, it's amazing.
I don't know if they lied.
Sorry.
I mean, the more time or the longer we're here, the less likely it is for us to be able to catch up to them.
What did the Mole Emperor say? Chat?
I don't know exactly what he's referencing right there, because that could be one of a trillion things. He talked a lot.
Yeah,
Ring ding ding ding
he
ding
did talk
ding.
a lot.
Ring a ding 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 ding.
But Ophios would simply say, were all the commanders of that theirs? I distinctly remembers they lost ones to another realms. Ones in particulars.
Oh, you mean before
The Times temples.
before Ilin and Rayward also got lost in different realms? That's what they said. I had met one before. Didn't seem Loper. I mean, he helped me kill one.
Here's the interesting things. That place where you brought me back is a place where they were trying to create my kinds for their own means.
Yes.
Was
But
that
if you
keeps
remember-
not controlled by those peoples? Were they not the ones doing those experiments?
If you remember, they said the keep was attacked by the things that were created down there, and then they tried to explode the whole damn thing, but that didn't work.
It was there before they took the keep.
Oh my God, Rena, you're here. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you.
Why are you praying to me? Oh.
Needless to say,
Zip.
I don't think
Up or
we
down?
can trust the Rayrens and his kingdoms.
He was taken by the ooze plane, so it seems he has enemies in all places. I would be surprised if he was a Loper. I mean, again, considering the circumstances.
Again, we only saw twos.
When we met Abstergo 13, he didn't seem that worried about it.
Which makes me think that it's the ones that was missing.
At any rate.
Anyway,
Like
how was
I
your day at school?
He's
said
looking at
before.
Rena and Elijah. How are they reacting to this information? Elijah seems to be trying to talk him out of it.
I'm kind of doing the thing Scott's doing.
What are you? Yeah, I'm confused. What are you implying here?
I'm implying that one is a Loper.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Or that at least one of the three that run this kingdom are a Loper.
You're just spitballing people now.
I know. I was like 1, 2,
That's-
3,
that
or
is several
one
people.
of
No,
One
one
of-
of the three chosen.
Ilan
AKA
or Grishka,
one.
or we don't know him.
One
Very
of those
confused.
people, somebody
This is so
involved in the
ironic.
hierarchy
Oh,
of
boy.
this kingdom is a Loper. That's what he's saying.
This is really ironic when
the calculations
Josh
all
eventually
float in
reveals
front
that
of my
he's
head.
in fact the Loper.
I
Anyway.
spent it the
Wow.
whole time.
Or when we meet up with Yondas.
What kind of horror show would it be if Oscar was actually the Loper?
Horror or well-planted seed? I plant my
Well-
seed well inside you, William.
Okay,
Mm.
stop. No. Mm-mm.
Hey,
no, no.
Oscar,
Absolutely not.
can I have my blood back?
No. No.
It's too
That's
late.
gone already. Sorry.
No!
I'm
You'll
okay.
never
if-
get it back.
You guys are confusing me because I feel like I'm being straightforward and you're doing all this flabbergasted bullshit.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna
Uh,
say something. Hang on.
I'm not confused. I just think you're grasping at straws, and I really don't have any direction to go, like to up or down there for you. So
Even if you're
that's
saying it's-
possible. Okay, let's
yeah.
move on.
He's saying
Yeah.
the flag is of Loper magic, therefore the people who created the flag probably are a Loper.
Well,
Not necessarily.
I mean, the fact that Laszlo couldn't see it, and that you could see it, would imply that yes, there is some kind of Loper magic, but it could just be it could just be a conduit that connects two streams. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's magical in nature to the point of being created by the Lopers in a laboratory with men with goggles and scientists while they're making snake babies on the side. I mean, it could be
Ophios kicks him off
maybe
the
a
tower.
material. And I break my back and die. Well, see you guys next week.
No.
I'm 44 now. I can't take a fall like that.
I was gonna go and steal Laszlo if you guys are.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking amongst
Yeah.
ourselves,
Roll
so
a
that's
sleight of
fine.
hand check for us to see if you can get him in your
Yeah, if you
pocket
can
without
put
us
him in your
noticing.
pocket. Or...
I would let him.
Oh,
That's not
Wait.
a sleight of hand. That we just have an agreement.
It's mutual.
He's carried
Real
me on
quick.
many occasions.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true. This is just it happens.
We don't know them,
Um,
Elijah.
I'm gonna check PMs, so I'm gonna send them to you.
So, Laszlo,
Yes.
can you reach out to a mole? You said that's what this
I
is,
don't
right?
know if I should here.
Why?
This entire room is coded in.
Oh, you mean right here, not?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We can go.
I don't know
outside.
if it would be empowered or anything like that because of its ties. Remember how, and I'll look around to make sure no one's around, the shadow magic and how we
Yeah.
travel to another plane?
Yeah.
I believe this one does the same thing, but to the negative energy plane.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Negative energy. What? Just for clarity, what exactly is that plane?
Ethereal would be what you were thinking, not negative energy.
I mean, you said necrotic. Is necrotic negative energy?
I mean, necrotic or whatever, but
Well, I mean, one of the negative
but
energy
you know
planes.
that
He doesn't
the
know
metal
specifically.
passes, it hits things from both the material and the ethereal plane. at the
Okay,
same
that's
time.
true. You did say that.
Yep.
I would say ethereal plane. It's
It's specters.
yes.
Specters, ghosts, all of that. Okay. Oh.
You know what?
Oh.
Screw it.
Is this the metal that they were?
But I don't know what a mole would do to help us. I don't think they use this room.
No. Sorry, I have a reason for it. It's not about the
Oh.
room. It's not about the magic here. It's about the Lopers.
Okay.
Ophios and Elijah are talking, and it just made me think. It sounds like Ophios is putting pieces together that indicates that.
No, you're stupid.
And Loper magic are connected. I'm wondering if we can get more information about that. Maybe help them.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should do that later.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just asking if you can, if it's possible.
I have when your neck. That was a mole.
Oh.
Remember the weird language I was speaking?
Yeah.
That was mole.
So I have mole magic in me.
They are the most adaptable. Well, based off of history, arcane users.
So I have mole magic in me, and I don't know what
magic's
that means.
magic. No
Sure.
one owns
I understand that, and I agree with you on a philosophical level. But on a fundamentals level, it's magic that has been practiced by the mole. Much like what we did with Mog 3 days earlier was magic practiced by his people. I don't mean that they own that magic. Clearly not. You're able to capably
I understand what you're
adhere to
saying.
that. But I just for the sake of categorization and understanding in this particular conversation.
I actually think, I don't know if it'll work, but I don't think they use this room. If they need a key, how did they take the key down after they were gone?
Well, flag outside. I'm assuming they didn't use the room to leave, and Rena was saying that she saw tracks.
We should probably, I mean, our goal is to find Cadence, not this room.
She said a day, right? Day's hard ride.
I don't know if you filled us in on all that. Did you?
She would have told you, yeah.
Yeah,
She would have told everybody.
I don't know if it's even possible to travel there.
It's in
We can't go
Paradel.
into Paradel.
It's in Paradel. We would be going to our deaths.
Well, you guys do know that Vala is the most sparsely set, unless you're over in the Delagus, it's the most sparsely set area of Paradel. So
Okay, that's
like
actually
it
good to
is,
know.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
in its
that would
mountains and
change
everything over there.
things.
Yeah,
That
Like
would
you-
definitely change things.
you
a
can
little
travel
bit,
for
okay.
days without bumping into a regiment worth noting.
The problem is we're trying to bump into a regiment worth noting.
I know.
And the leader of that regiment is the person that's your friend. Well, no.
Potential
It's Rena's friend.
And,
Did we get the
and
letters?
Elijah's, who is your
And
military.
Elijah, who
Yeah.
is that's true.
Did we get the
That's
letter? The letters on our way back through
Letters?
when we stopped by. Jaeger owed us a bunch of
Jaeger owed
letters.
us
Oh,
letters
yes,
when we
yes,
stopped
absolutely,
in-
he would have.
yes,
Absolutely.
Okay. So well, we would have one for Cadence.
We would.
Um,
Okay, that I forgot about the letter. That's actually a very good point.
Yeah. Well, we should go catch up. While this
We
is
need to.
interesting and it's something we could study later, we're running out of time.
Before we part,
It's
with
like
them,
an hour left.
Before
we don't
before
have much.
we part with them, we figure this out. But we go now. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
The tracks are getting old, Josh. Keep it in game.
I'm sorry. Yes, the weather looks like it's turning. We might lose our tracks. And I'll just head outside and I'll just go. Rena, would you be able to guide us in the path that these tracks went? We need to catch them as soon as possible.
Yeah, they went
I-
north from here.
Believe
Due
we
north.
might be able to help you figure some things out hereafter, if you're willing to travel with us.
Sure,
I-
why not?
We knock
I
it out in
guess.
an hour.
I mean,
Scott,
whatevs.
Scott,
Like,
no.
Next
worry about
week. Next week. No.
No.
This is good. This is good. This is good. If you're willing to travel with us. The fuck did you just say?
I will
Scott,
say.
I love
I
you.
will say. I might have a way of activating this thing, and it would speed up your travel across Idea. there looks to be a map. And if the map is right, you could cut off a significant amount of time using this to another keep on the other side of Adir.
It'd be useful if we could figure this out.
But we need Cadence. We need to find out. We need to speak with him.
I thought you were gonna say we need to catch a train.
Oh yes, that too.
It's going to Georgia.
Late for the
midnight
train.
So you guys
Going
leave
anywhere.
the keep, you get on your horses, and you gotta ride hard. You gotta ride really hard. Could you do me a favor and roll me Constitution saves for
Stamina.
all of you? You can stamina that, absolutely. Also,
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
want
make
to
us roll
roll a
con
ride,
saves.
you want to roll a ride check there, boyos. You can do that if you'd like.
Yeah, you
Wow.
can make us roll animal
Fucking
handling.
There we go.
14 on stamina. That's rough, man.
I will say though, I feel like if I don't do well on this check, I might just hang out with these guys a bit longer
I'm
until
a-
I recover my strength.
I'm a potato.
Okay, 15
Hey,
riding. That's pretty good.
Ophios is kind of not doing so hot on the ride on the.
I thought you said check. My bad.
Scott, I am actually
Is it
gonna...
save or check?
Should be a
It's
save,
save.
right?
I rolled the wrong one.
Sorry. I
I'm-
said check to them. You're supposed to be a save.
I'm gonna actually luck my stamina check
Yikes.
in this particular case.
Yeah, because you're
I feel
concerned.
like-
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Right.
Okay.
that puts it to a 15. That's much better.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I'll
hear ya.
take it.
I have a 9.
Yeah, but I mean, I can help you out.
I'm on a horse.
You can help me out.
This horse is really like slippery for some reason.
Slippery when wet, and you and Ophios are together
It's named Lupe.
in a puddle.
I like that, Lupe.
Oh no, Lupina. Jesus. Choo choo, all aboard. So by the time you guys actually, because you're gonna ride hard, you're not just gonna like ride to make. You want to actually catch up, which means you're riding the rest of the day into tomorrow, so on and so forth. You guys are riding hard to catch up, and mind you, in doing so, you still have to stop and take a break for a couple hours and then keep riding because you had to ride to get into the keep before you actually did your research, right? So you take a break at some point in time, get up in the morning, and you ride throughout the daylight. Finally, after a bunch of hours of riding, poor Ophios is just not accustomed to being on a horse. Not only is his fresh nubile body not accustomed to such a beating, also he doesn't remember the proper way to ride. But you can teach him for only $15 a month. And then you have poor Elijah, who's also just kind of ragtag and old, and this kind of heavy ride is, brittle bones just can't handle it. You gotta go gentle with him.
My bones are made of paper.
Poor Laszlo is just so soft and small. Just you gotta go easy with him too.
Small.
Every morning I break my legs.
I assume I have a pony. I don't know why. I just assume.
Keep it going. So you guys eventually catch up with them about the middle of the next day. Three of you tired. Of those three, two of you pretty damn tired. The other two of you, you're doing okay. I'm not going to say you're doing great. You're doing okay.
Managing.
Yeah.
Managing is fine. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you're tired, but you're like not complaining about it. It's like, I just need a cup of coffee. I'll get through this.
Wish I had more whiskey. I'm out.
That's a downer. Oh, not an upper. When you see
that's
you
fine.
see them off up ahead, they're maybe like a half hour ahead when you see them, and you're just like, let's ride in. Obviously, letting Rena and Elijah and Ophios kind of leading up.
100%.
And the two of you hanging back just a little bit. Not far back, like maybe like 50, 100 feet back, so it's clear that you guys are together.
Ophios is just laying on the neck of the horse, just like, are we there yet? Are we theirs yet? Are we theirs yet?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are we theirs yet?
Bart starts choking his neck, and he looks like an elongated snake going. So you guys ride up to the camp, where of course the soldiers, as you're riding up, it's not like because you don't look like you're coming in aggressively, right? You come in, you give like
Fireball.
a wave and everything. You give like a wave to catch their attention and stuff like that, and don't get distracted, Scott. And you go in, and they let you guys ride up, and it's like, where's Ophios? Sorry, where's Cadence? And Cadence would come up to you, would counter the ride, meet up with you guys, whatever it is. and walk up and say, Rena, Elijah, Ophios.
Oh, hey,
Last time you
what's
saw
up?
Ophios was a leg or an egg.
Well,
Not
say-
a leg.
sorry,
A
my
leg.
apologies. He said,
A leg. Wow.
Whoa.
He'd say,
Woo.
Rena and Elijah, I can't believe it. You have Ophios. And he'll actually, on the horse that he's sitting on, he'll like take a couple of steps over to your horse and he'll extend the hands and take your hand, Ophios. Like to, you know.
Do I get a feeling of I trust this man or no?
If you look to Rena, she will nod to you.
Yeah.
He also was in the
don't-
temple.
He was
You
in
had
the
all the
temple.
temple.
He
too.
only recalls him from the temple. He doesn't remember
Mhm.
any other part of Cadence. So
He was in the temple. He was reliable, but you have no prior emotion that you remember.
exactly.
Mhm.
So he'll take his hand after Rena's look and get down.
He says, well, he's still on his horse too, so you guys can stand yours. He says,
Oh.
you're well. He looks over your shoulder at the other two riding up behind and says, was it these two that saved you?
Saves me's.
After what happened in the temple?
Borns agains.
Born again. Actually, I'm sorry, I have dinner I gotta go to.
What?
He rides away very slowly.
Sir, we have a pamphlet. Just read the pamphlet, sir.
It is.
Sir, do you have a moment to hear about your saga?
Ophios will simply
remember who
say,
your
he'll
god is.
simply says, Rena's and Elijah's and magic's. I don't remember
Yondas?
much. I remember use from temples.
Oh, you're not whole again. I understand.
I'm not missing any limbs. He starts touching his arm.
He says to you, we weren't friends. In fact, we were enemies. And then we grew a degree of kinship. I don't know if you would call me a friend, but at the very least you can call me an ally.
He'll again look questioningly at Rena, like, what's?
She just nods again.
He'll lean in and say, I know all about the Lopers. You explained it to me.
He'll be taken aback by that, and I imagine I can roll an intelligence check here.
Sure.
Yo, why is he low key acting so weird?
Who?
Because he doesn't know Laszlo and. No, wait. No, he
because-
doesn't. He hasn't met them yet.
Yeah, it's because he's a loper. Don't
No,
worry
he
about
doesn't know them, and he can't say that stuff in front of all these 100 soldiers around him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, he thought Ophios was dead. So he was an egg. So it's kind of strange to see him again. You remember details about him. You remember the fact that he brought you to... Oh, shit. You remember the gate.
No. Oh my god.
Do I remember him getting
That
us out
sucks.
of the gate?
Honestly, intelligence check again.
Damn it.
The poop shoot.
Every time I
It's
try to
actually
forget.
better than the 16.
Right as rage is starting to build up inside of you as you're remembering all the things that happened to you there and Rena and all the poop. All that poop. You
Why?
You do remember he was the one that released you, that got you out.
So I just remember he kept his word.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll simply say, you would clearly see that rage was starting to billow in his face, Rena. Almost similar, quite similar to how he reacted with the whole Laszlo situation. But then as he tenses up, soon after he relaxes and goes, yes, you kept your words. And you'll see by his demeanor, Ophios is constantly watching him, studying every move he makes.
Okay. He looks to the group of you and says, I imagine you wanted to have a word. Men, continue on. You know your mark. And he'll with his horse ride past into the direction that you guys just came from. And says as he's walking, you look like hell to the group of you. I imagine
To all of us?
Yeah, he says to the group
He
of you.
says
look
that
like
to
hell.
all of us?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you gonna respond or
feels like we've been through it.
I don't think my kind is made to ride on such large horses. By the way, I am Laszlo Henegard. We are the ones that
Oscar
requested. Yes.
Sorry, jumping.
We
in.
asked
Sorry.
Rena to introduce us to you. And I will hand him the letter that we got from Leon.
He takes the letter and he says, Cadence Medahino, it's a pleasure to meet the two of you. If you would like to dismount, perhaps stretch your legs. You look like you've ridden for days.
About a day and a half. Hard though.
Yeah, hard day and a half, 3 days prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We expected you at the keep to the south
I
here.
told you when I left you in Hardglen that I was going to collect the soldiers from there and uphold my promise to Leon Jaeger. It was the least I could do with the request that he was making.
Yes, we spoke to him.
Did you? How fair is he?
He seems well.
Nods. Well, he's a
Keeps
good man.
things close to the vests.
He was kind
Ophio
to
says.
us.
Good. Oh, the letter. Am I supposed to read this first? And he opens it up and goes, oh, this is a Leon seal. Cracks it. Opens it and starts reading through. And he reads through it and kind of stops and goes back and reads through it again to make sure he understands.
Long letter. Lot to get through.
I need a coffee. No. He says, that was quite the read. He had dismounted at some point in time, reading the letter. I imagine all of your
Oh
characters.
yeah, I would be walking around
Funny.
We are off the horses right now.
trying to break the straw, the waddle. Just
Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting anything off of the sword that I have?
Off the sword you have?
Yeah, like
The one
is,
with
is
the
anything
spectrum on it.
happening with it?
Not as in the moment.
Okay, just
the
wondering.
toothpick.
The toothpick.
And so, he reads it over and he says, that's, a lot to read.
Well, this is Laszlo.
And Oscar, I saw that. The two of you are representatives of, well, Amalta, same as Elijah. I imagine the three of you knew each other prior.
Not just a Malta. The queen.
Elijah and I knew each other back from, well, a long time ago now.
Then, let me hear it from your mouth. What exactly are you requesting? And he looks to Rena as he finishes the sentence, but then looks back to the two of you.
First things first. If we may, we wish to speak to Cadence, the man, not the commander.
We are one and the same, Cadence and I. You guys knowing him well enough, occasionally he throws a very poor attempt at a joke. That was one of them. The two of you that don't know him are like,
Ophios doesn't know him that well either, so, you know.
Maybe he's bound.
God.
Maybe he's already has a soul with him.
If after he said that,
Very
she'd say to
human, all right?
she'd say to them, he's always like this.
Oh, God. We need a good man to help build a new nation.
To
You are
free
the
people.
one to free people, to free slaves, to help stop Jovans's terrible reign of power. Everyone that we spoke to, Rena included, told us you were that man.
Ophios would actually interject here and just simply say, I don't know if that is true. He sends peoples to gates.
Ophios.
What?
I don't know what this gate is. I'm sorry.
he looks a bit scarred when minorly when Ophios says that, and then Rena says her words. And he looks away, not back to Rena or anything like that, just looks back to the two of you. He said, I don't know what this gate is. And his response is, a mistake. And a pox to the Empire. Something that'll be handled.
I have my fair share of mistakes. I'll look to Oscar and go. I'll look to Oscar and I'll just one soldier to the other. As I kind of hope you could speak to him in your soldier talk. Like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. No.
So I was stabbing this guy from behind, but I gave him the old reach around, and he was like, hey, if I'm going to die, at least I died happy, eh?
Oh my god. No, so Oscar will actually just kind of nod to you with that, Laszlo, and he'll just kind of look to Cadence and just say, and he'll just say, we need someone who can lead. We need someone who can inspire people. We need someone who can help people have a second chance at life. When we've told people that, they've pointed us to you. I don't know you, but people speak highly of you. I respect that. If we're asking for someone who can lead, for someone who can give people a second chance, and for someone who can maybe make something work that seems absolutely impossible, I don't care what military you're part of presently. I respect that. And so we wanted to come here and speak with you. I'm hoping that you will at least consider the option of coming to help us with this. To build a nation. To free people. To give them a second lease on life.
One nation under Scott.
He says, a bit of detail was placed out by the general in his letter that he sent to me. A rough map that he drew of the lines that you had discussed with him. It's meant to be a free state, a place where the people of Yovance can have an opportunity to live a better life.
Sure.
Why can that opportunity not to be Yovance? Sorry, cannot be Paradel, if that's the same thing. The Prince of Yovincia is not a bad person. Haven is a good man. And when he says Haven is a good man, Rena, intelligence check.
This is the name we found, right? That was tied in
Oh, yes!
Unfortunately, while the paper left you guys forever ago, whatever it was, you know that Haven, himself, Haven Yovance, who is the Yovan here, or the Prince of Yovincia, was a Metahina of the Kringal family prior to earning his own. Because remember, you're a Metahina until you earn a name. He was the Metahina of the Kringal family prior to gaining a title. He says, Haven is a good man. He would be able to provide a... You remember Kringal family, right, Rena?
No, I know, but I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do.
I'm sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because your face was like, I'm thinking, so cool.
Well, that's me trying to figure out what I'm going to do.
He says that the Haven is a good man. He would provide a great life, great opportunity for the people of Yovance as the conquest continues.
Are you speaking of Haven Yovance II?
I'm speaking of the Yavin here, the prince.
Is that the second? Because the name I have is Haven Yovance II.
The second is his son.
Okay.
Because you're dealing with a different situation. His son. Mm-hmm.
I will know. I'll say, I don't know about Haven, but we have documents proving that his son has been involved with illegally smuggling slaves out of Yvonne's.
Smuggling slaves out of Yvonne sounds like he was giving them an opportunity without having to die on the battlefield.
Not out, into Yvonne's. Into Yvonne's. It was the other way. They were, yeah. Sorry. Into Yvonne's.
When you say that, so flicks in that, you say illegally smuggling slaves in. He thinks for a moment. You tell he's thinking hard for like a few seconds, and he says, "What source do you have?"
I don't remember the stupid guy's name. The fat guy that was killed, and we took over the manor. We got his paperwork, and we went through it, and that's what I found.
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
Nori.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll say the guy's name, Nori's official title.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say he was the Lord. He was murdered. And we were able to go through his inventory before the place was taken over.
He looks to Rena and says, Rena and Elijah say and says, "Two of you, I know you. I trust you. Should I trust their words? Because these are words."
So he purposely didn't look at Ophios, right?
Well, he kind of looks. He understands that you're kind of in an altered state, so it's one of those. He's looking to them for answers. Yeah, it's not that he's nothing against Ophios.
Nothing personnel. Kid.
Ophios is going to take this against him because Ophios' vision of him as it stands.
Yep.
She will say, they
You are correct, Joey.
are trustworthy. Can we talk?
We can.
Oscar will just kind of nod and say, "Lazo, let's take a step to the side. Give them a moment."
He'll turn and walk off.
If you want evidence, I do have it, and I'll pull out the book that I found.
He says, prepare it for return.
I understand, and I'll go and I'll get my notes ready, highlight things. And
you said the worst word. Laszlo is now going to have a full documented legal case ready to go by the time.
I'm gonna do a
back.
research.
All right, Laszlo, turn off your feed and mute your camera and go record a 20-minute video of your character's preparation.
It's just me with the "It's Always Sunny" guy in the background.
Yeah.
Right,
Just connecting everything.
Ophios, if you guys walk off to the side, Ophios is following behind.
I was gonna say,
She will tell you to.
Rena, or
It's just me. She will tell you to stay behind.
He looks upset at that and will pout.
Okay.
I don't trust this Cadence.
He's saying that to Elijah.
He's saying that to you with Cadence right there.
We are walking away currently.
I'm gonna prep while they're off having their one-on-one. I'm gonna prep detect magic just to make sure that Laszlo isn't doing illusionary script or something to change the letters, so that I can verify. Yes, I checked it and it's all not magic.
So you can do it honestly. Okay, you step aside with him.
Real
what do you
paper.
say, Rena?
Yeah.
He walks off. I imagine nothing crazy, maybe 80, 100 feet away.
I thought we agreed not to lie to each other.
Lie about what?
Do you know the prince personally? You know who he is?
No. Reputation.
He's Kringal.
He's Kringal? He's Yova. Well, he was a Metahina, if my memory serves me correctly. He's a Metahina.
Who used to be Kringal.
He's a Metahina to the Kringal family? Is there not a damned person that isn't caught up in this web?
Are you telling me you didn't know?
No, how would I know every Metahina in their family history? You're supposed to be stripped of it.
You know, these people are trustworthy. You know, I don't lie about that.
As you said, we've moved past that. Fuck.
They are honorable in their endeavors here.
They're
believe
also
you can
asking
help.
for a lot.
I realized that. I told them I didn't know what you would do.
I took a big chance working with you and Elijah the way that I did. I effectively stood on the other side of the battlefield to
And what
work
did
with
that
the two of you.
change?
A lot. You helped me. I helped you, and you showed me a different way. You showed me more information than I could have comprehended before, and these Lopers seeding their way into my society and rotting the Empire from the inside. And what they're doing, I cannot deny that it's a noble task. They're trying to help these poor people. They're trying to free them from slavery and give them something to fight for. I appreciate that. That's also what Paradel does. And so instinctively I want to lend aid. Again, they seem like fine people, but they're technically on the other side of the war. I saw the lines of where it is that they would like to drop a map. It would be creating a state, creating a nation that stands between Paradel and a Malta. I'd be creating my country's own enemy.
Is that not what Jaeger's doing?
We are not actively at war with Adir. Can't believe he put this to me. It's a lesson in everything he does.
He believes in you. I can see that.
It's a big ask.
They know what they're asking.
Do they?
They do.
He says that and he turns and he looks like at them from the distance from afar. So you guys clearly know he's, well, not Laszlo, he's not paying attention. You clearly know he's talking about you. He says,
Ophios is glaring at him. His eyes haven't left him.
That's fine. He says, do they though? If I asked them to reinforce the enemies of Amalta, how would they feel?
I understand what you're getting at here. They believe this is a cause they have to fight for. They're just looking for aid.
Everyone has a cause
Leadership.
to fight for. Hell, Ophios over there looks like I'm the cause at the moment.
Well, he seems to have just remembered something.
Yeah.
Something I wish he wouldn't have.
He looks at you and says, no. He deserves to know because I don't deserve the salvation of his ignorance. But
He
if
doesn't deserve to relive the pain.
he's not reliving it, and he got to have a few moments away from it.
At any rate, I have no influence over them. They were to come here of their own accord originally. I am just here.
He sent me this for a reason. Do you know what his task was when he was still commander with the Paradel?
Jaeger?
He was the one fighting against Jovance. He was the one serving under Haven. I should say Yavin here. Under the Yavin here. He was the one taking the tracts of lands. Battle after battle. Victory after victory. And now he's asking me to do the same thing from the other side.
He
Why?
must have a good reason. Maybe he knows what you're coming to know. The Lopers are more involved.
Rena, you know that I have another task. Beyond the vows that I've sworn to the people of Paradel, which I could be potentially putting them in harm's way by assisting them. Beyond that, I have another task. That place needs to be handled. Are they going to return the favor?
I don't know.
Well, it's freedom that they're looking for, right? Are they going to grant some degree of amnesty to the criminals in the gate?
Seems it can be discussed. But again, I don't know.
Why are you bringing them here? This is their message. How are you tied up in it? Why is Elijah here? Never mind. I know why he's tied up in it.
Like I said, you're just here, met by chance. I could have not come.
No, you chose to for a reason. You chose to because you want this to happen as well. Once again, you are standing against Paradel. You know what my task is within Paradel, and you don't want me involved. They are the enemy, and so therefore I am the enemy. You're trying to remove me from that equation.
Is that all you assume of me?
No. But it's a factor. And then he starts walking forward.
Wait,
He'll stop, only having moved 10 feet away.
I have another reason for being here.
Turns back. What?
I will take this sword out.
Okay. He sees you pull out a toothpick.
I will make it to whatever size his current sword is.
Yep, he's seen you use that sword before, so it's not a surprise. He says,
But she's not holding it threateningly, obviously.
No, of course. He says, that thing.
Yeah. How much do you know of Vigil?
Vigil? I don't. Well, that's not entirely true. It was mentioned when we were traveling through a deer, but I know very little.
Well, those two, she nods or gestures towards Laszlo and Oscar, help to free the spirits that were locked there, I suppose. The most important being the Lady Vigil, who now resides in this sword.
Strange.
Even stranger, she asks specifically for you.
He raises an eyebrow. I don't know of this woman.
She knows of you.
He takes a step forward and holds out his hand.
She'll hand it over.
He places his hand on it. Does it work, chat? Do we get a D20 roll in chat?
Does anything happen?
I mean, technically, they've been rolling a lot of d20s, and the top one I see is the 19.
So he says he grabs the sword, and as he grabs the sword, you can kind of like see a bit of energy coming up from the blade, and as the energy comes up from the blade, it's seems like wrapping up his hand. He's like, "Oh, what's this? It's cold. What is?" And you can like see like again his skin and everything is kind of like graying out and stuff like that. It's like, he seems to be changing. He has the same kind of alterations that you'd seen beforehand, and he looks like all just different and, you know, as I've described, the grayed out skin, his hair color and texture, everything changes. His eyes kind of gray out a bit, and so on and so forth. As he's standing there before you, he's holding the blade, and he's like, what has happened?
Like I said before, it's the Lady Vigil. They told me it would make me stronger if she bonded to me. But she didn't exactly take to me, and instead went to the sword. They asked who she would be able to bond with, and she described you.
I feel different.
Different.
I imagine
Bad?
Ophius saw this happen.
Yep.
He would have moved forward to approach.
I mean,
His back's to you, so you can easily move up.
Yeah.
she'd probably hold a hand up just to.
He's not stopping. You handed him a Loper weapon.
I talked to you about this. You don't remember?
His mind's jumbled.
I just told you. Elijah, a little help.
He's not attacking. He's just approaching. He's trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
He
Then
looks
what
at-
does Kata say?
He looks at you and says, I hurt you. Sorry. Then walks past you. Towards the others. Towards
What?
the other two. Or technically three, because Elijah's over there too.
Oh, turns and walks back.
Yep, because he said that's Ophios, and then he walks away from him.
Oh, he said
Ophios
that
is-
to Ophios. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought, okay. So he
And
just
Ophius
walked away.
kind of looks
when I...
stunned and then just looks at Rena like, what's the hell happens?
She'll walk towards everybody and just kind of look to Laszlo.
Laszlo is coming. Do you want to...
Put your pants on.
No. This is how I win arguments.
Oh, stop! You
I
win!
just
You win!
I'll have, pretty much. I'll have the paperwork ready. And goes. So as you can see, the paperwork that I was telling you about, it does show that Haven Yovance II was smuggling in people. He was taking people that were part of the Inclame, and some not, and bringing them to Yovance to live a life of servitude.
Laszlo.
He has
She
the
says
sword.
she joins. Yep.
That's what she's like. She gives you a look.
Oh, are you okay?
The soldiers were given a command. They'll continue to the next destination. I won't join them.
You should probably come back with us to Vigil.
What's Vigil?
It is the city that the person you are now bonded to ruled. You may want to learn more about who you were.
What did you do?
I did nothing. I'm guessing Rena gave him the sword.
He's holding the sword.
Yeah.
That sword?
When you say that, he looks down at his hand and says, "My apologies." Grabs the hilt of the blade, twists it till it's small, and then turns and hands it back to Rena at the size of a dagger.
She takes it.
Does his skin still look grayed out?
Mm-hmm.
It
It would seem
transferred.
the Lady Vigil decided.
What?
He's possessed by the spirit of the Lady
Not
Vigil.
possessed.
Bonded with their souls will carry together.
If I mays, whose are yous?
Who am I? Cadence Medahina.
Yep, he knows who he is.
Who are you?
I don't know.
I'm gonna close my eyes And I'm gonna say, Cadence, do you mind if I talk to Octavia?
Octavia, that name is incredibly familiar to me.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to summon her.
You do?
You're one and the same.
Oh, okay.
So you say that?
Yeah.
Sorry. You roll. Did it work?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
So-
You do. You do summon her, but what it is she's not like and like stands next to him or anything like that.
Mhm.
You can kind of like see her and him. Kind of like you
Like
pull,
overlaid?
yeah, almost like you pull her personality forward when speaking to you.
Is this who you decided to be with? To bond to?
That is Cadence. Ophius would say, because I imagine he can't see this specter thing.
He bears a heavy weight on his shoulders. He cares more deeply for his people, willing to sacrifice everything that he is for his people. Did sacrifice everything for his people. And through his sacrifice, he earned friends that gave him a second chance. He'll not make a mistake again. My people need a new home. That place is no longer. But they can also do good in this world. They've learned strongholds better than anyone else. They've lived in one for their entire lives. They know how to build one brick by brick. And they know how to dismantle them. Besides, Lady Aravel has a stain on her name, a misunderstanding of who she is, a blasphemous cult that has spread too far and too wide with an ill-gotten message. There will be a new hill, new beacon, a new understanding with different allies. We're not welcome in our home right now. There are invaders to the north that wear a mask of friendship, but seek to plunder our treasures. We'll remove ourselves from that situation as they continue to sink their fingers deeper into the dirt. And we'll find a new home.
I look to the rest of the group and I'll say to them, can you guys hear her?
They can't hear her. They hear his voice.
But they hear what she's saying.
They hear what he's saying, something that sounded like out of character for him.
Yeah, that's the voice you hear is Octavia.
Where is Octavia wanting to start this new life?
Cadence pulls out the letter, flips to like the third page of the long letter, and presents the poorly drawn up map in the southern edges of Amalta, technically in the lands that you would know as Jovance.
Oh yeah, because Amalta's on the west. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll say, thank you, Octavia. Can you speak to him directly, or do you need me to say something for you?
We are one. We're not just different people. We're one person. But you seem to be able to pull me out.
We'll head to the vigil then and speak to them. I'll look to Oscar. More horse riding? Octavia, it was a pleasure speaking to you again. I'm happy you found your peace. And I'll just let her be dismissed. I'll do the gesture that Rena saw me before I do and dismiss her.
I feel like we should apologize to Cadence.
I didn't know it was gonna work like that. It's the first time I did it, okay?
Okay.
I'll look to Cadence and I say, Are you back? Do you remember everything?
I It was strange. I seemed to be in a bit of a haze for a moment. Yes, we were discussing the plan. My apologies. He says, well, he doesn't do like a big arm gesture. He says, my apologies. I was distracted.
No. I promise I won't do that to you again without letting you know. I didn't know that was going to happen to you. We should go to Vigil. You'll learn more about who Octavio was. And we can discuss our ideas of a new world, of a new state. And you, hopefully, leading it. Or at least part of it.
I keep going south. No matter how hard I try to go elsewhere, I keep going south. He looks to Rena, Elijah, and Ophios and says, what's the plan for the three of you? You had seemingly a task at hand, and you've deviated from your course.
I believe we're going to restore Ophios' memories first, right?
Covers swords, that was promised to me. What did you mean when you said you were sorries? What does sorries means?
There's a feeling when you've done the wrong thing. It eats you away from the inside, consuming who you are. You can ignore it and be changed, or you can give into it and show remorse, show sorrow, show disdain for the actions that you've taken or the part that you played in the situation that took place. To say sorry means to acknowledge to oneself and to portray to another that disdain. I'm sorry for my part, for delivering you to that place. I didn't know what it was. It will not last. Not long.
He's telling the truth anyway, so I assume he's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Ophios randomly just takes a seat on the ground.
Okay.
Crisscross applesauce.
Back in my day, we called that...
Well, thanks for joining us, apparently Kingmaker.
No, he does say to you, the two of you, looking back to you, because obviously Ophios seems to not be all there. Did you make it there? Did you head to the Western Keep, as you said you would?
Is he referring to the one that's
the one that brought
okay.
Ophios back.
Yes, we did.
Did you find the answers?
Well, it explains why he's here. Looks to Ophios.
We didn't really find any answers, just more questions.
Rena,
he says Lopers, like he starts to say, he says lope, and then he stops, cuts off, and then kind of like looking at Rena, side eyes at the other two.
Oh, Ophios would just chime up and say, they knows.
She would nod.
They also knows what I am, and he would lower his... No, he doesn't. Well, Cadence does know because he had to lower his hood, so he remembers that. So he lowers his hood. They knows. I almost killed one of them, but they knows. He kind of smiles at that.
He says, then they're lucky. Where's your plan? Where are you going next? Barnes said for you to discover what you could there, deliver the information to me, and then head back, and then head out to your next spot. I'm not going to be able to deliver that information to Barnes, but also, you're not going to be able to visit her any longer. You're going to need to deliver that to her a different way. a different proxy. I know a man named Joey, but people treated him like shit, so I don't know a man named Joey anymore.
Joey's.
Doesn't matter.
And how exactly would we deliver
Is it
this
Joseph?
information
We
to
met
her?
him.
He shakes his head and says, I don't know. I was going to do it, but now I head south. Might have to be creative.
Perhaps Ophios will just simply say, perhaps I have some ideas.
He does. Oh, you say you have an idea. As a reminder, there was conversation that you can go to Ravenhold. Ravenhold is a location where you can also, because she's aware of
Oh,
Ravenhold.
that's right.
Yep.
Forgot about
Correct.
Oh, ha!
but-
Actually, just Snaga wrote in chat.
But
So I wasn't looking that way. I was looking.
yeah, Ophios is gonna say Aslan and Ravensholtz.
We'll take care of it. Do what you must.
I says, you know how to get to Ravenhold from here?
Do we? Probably not. Could you show me?
He nods and says, from where you are, if you head exactly west and hold true, you'll come to a lake with Zatishk to the north and Lvov to the south. Obviously, you know the commander is at Zatishk, so perhaps you should head to the south and around the lake that way. After you come through Lvov, go to the river where it intersects with. Follow that river until it splits. Stay to the western split. That'll bring you to Ravenhold at the river's edge. You'll be near Galdaria's border at that time.
Thank you.
Good luck. I guess we're not going to be assisting each other.
Who knows what the world may hold.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be ready.
She'll walk out.
Ophios will brandish his blade and just nod.
He'll
then
actually
put it back.
he'll step forward and place a hand on your shoulder and say, "Remember who you were, but be better than you were. Remember everything, including your mistakes, because you can learn from them."
He'll tilt his head because he doesn't know what he's referring to yet, so. But he'll simply acknowledge that and say, best huntings to use.
He
It's
nods.
like-
He nods appreciatively and says, "And may your hunting be only out of necessity."
Kill them all.
And no burning people in barns,
No barbecues, man.
It hasn't happened yet. Ophios doesn't know that happened.
which is why he says it. All right.
Aw, I wonder if that's gonna be such a depressing memory to come up for Ophios.
Oh,
He'd be like, "Yeah, they deserved it."
It's all predicated on the order. The fact that the gate showed up when it did is changing so much already.
So turns back to the two of you and says, "Have either of you heard of the gate?"
no.
But before you walk off in the sunset discussing the gate, I would like to just get one last word in, if that's okay.
Fine, but he doesn't say it to you yet. Retcon in 45 seconds.
I will let the crown know of your plan and see if they can offer some assistance, as I discussed with Oscar a bit too.
They know what we're doing. Let them know what you're doing.
Sure, I'll give them the update. So
Thank you.
I hope that we can have someone meet you there.
And Ophios, be careful with Arceum. She's smart. Very smart.
Arceus. Oh, yes. the
Yeah, maybe
memory
we'll leave
thing
him at
screwed
a
with his
camp.
head so much.
Maybe we'll leave you at camp when we go meet Lady Archie. Might be a good idea.
Oscar's gonna quickly just kind of tap Rena on the shoulder, pull her aside briefly.
She left. She's outside the tent.
Oh, okay. Well, like he's walking then outside to meet you quickly.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
all wander outside. It's like
Yeah, we'll just follow.
Sure.
I'll follow.
Yeah.
I
Everyone
am
follows.
gonna try and
Stopping,
pull
yeah.
Rena
Yes.
aside here. Just
You guys are alone.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Genuinely gonna try and just get you alone for a moment and just say, I care about Elijah a great deal, and I can tell that you do as well. Take care of him, please.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like he and Ophios make it easy.
Ophios is
I.
just sitting crisscross applesauce when you left, trying to remember
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
We'll meet again.
I'm sure we will. And just take care of him until then, okay?
She nods.
Thank you.
Will you remember me?
And then
Alright,
Cadence
cool.
walks and says, "So about the gate."
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
No.
No.
haven't heard about the gate.
piles of shit.
Everywhere.
Shit
Rena has
as
to
far as
shovel it
the eye can
constantly.
see.
Rena is
I
the
had it.
ultimate shit shoveling janitor that you've ever
Guys.
not seen.
You guys made him younger, and we just doubled his life expectancy.
You know, I didn't eat for 3 days.
So,
We
dudes-
didn't make him younger.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
your
technically
fault.
he
All
did
of it
that
is
to
your
himself.
fault.
He did it to himself, and time did it.
There's parallel universes out there where Cadence is 99 and I'm 4. But in this universe, I'm 44.
There's also parallel universes where Ophios is dead on both ends of the spectrum. Unborn and just too old. So Scott, you can do the Cadence says stuff about the gate now.
He says, "Do you two know about the gate?"
No.
Allow me to describe it to you as we walk. And that's it. That's it. That's it.
Oscar will have given Elijah a hug just to be clear before.
That's-
they
No.
Yeah,
something.
Elijah,
my blood.
here's your sword. I gotta go. They're leaving me. I got short legs. Go.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Can you actually, like, send me the
Bye,
description, too?
Laszlo.
I sent it to Scott for approval,
Oh, okay.
and I'll send it to you as soon as he approves it.
Cool. Yeah. It's in the... Oh, it's almost done. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah. It got to warm back up. It's too cold.
It's in the microwave.
I'm fine with it. It's all good.
All right, send it to me. And then I'm going to make some changes. And then I'll send it back through to you, Josh. And then...
No, we're not going to do some dot loop bullshit. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out for our 4th frigging crossover with these 2 campaigns to get through the story. But honestly, there's a crazy amount of shit that was uncovered, discovered, and so on and so forth. What I think is funny, they're heading south, but they're heading directly to Vigil. You guys could actually be like, yeah, we're not going there, west. Let's go figure out that keep situation, you know, and whatnot. So you guys can, of course, go your own direction, but you're obviously going to go different ways because the crossover is over. Crossover is over. Okay,
Hey, Scott, so
separate.
when are we doing this again?
Oh, God,
like
I love
2 weeks?
No, we gotta go back.
Taking a week
Gotta go
off
back.
and then...
Listen, don't you want to meet up with Kingmaker at some point in time?
No.
No.
All right.
No.
Can we clip that and send it to Tesh
Send it
specifically?
send it to Neil if
No,
you
send it
wouldn't
to
mind.
Tesh. Send it to Tesh. I want Tesh to be offended.
Tesh knows. Tesh knows why I don't want to meet up with Kingmaker.
So,
We've
was my
talked.
pickpocket attempt successful on Rena? The one that you didn't tell me if I.
You know, for
I
the
was
for the
successful.
sword, the little toothpick.
No. I the chest. No, I'm kidding.
All right, let's not.
You
pickpocket
don't know
Rena's
where
chest.
it's at.
Okay. Now let's do our outro. Let's do our goodbyes, and we're gonna do them opposite of our hellos. So opposite of our hellos means Rena goes first. We wait 10 minutes, and then the next person. So Rena, go ahead.
You don't need to wait 10 minutes. I am Rena the Destroyer, a variety streamer here on Twitch. You guys know me. You could basically find me at Rena the Destroyer everywhere. Rena Destroyer on Twitter. I stream games. I do art. I play a lot of D&D. Make sure you follow everybody else here because they are lovely, lovely people. I love them. And buy Tyler's merch. Buy Will's game. Follow Josh, follow Messy, follow Scott, all
Don't
the
follow
things.
me.
Do it.
Don't follow me.
You better listen to me.
Don't follow me.
Don't follow
I'm
him,
in
stalk
charge.
him.
Don't stalk him.
Every
Just follow him on
you take.
social media.
Every move you make.
Also, watch Witcher on Wednesdays on Lost Initiative. Yes. Yes, do it. Do it. That's it. Buy Tyler's merch.
After
Okay.
Rita
I'm very
is going to be
uncomfortable.
Zero Doxy. Zero Doxy, can you please tell us how we can find you? Since you're not here today, we'll just say Zero Doxy on all the things. Twitch, YouTube, OnlyFans, Facebook, even, ZeroDoxy.com. That last one's
She does have an OnlyFans, doesn't she?
She does. After
Scott,
Zero
you're too
Doxy-
close. You're too close.
After Zero Doxy is going to be Ophios. Talk to us, Ophios.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Tyler Scheid. I play Ophios.
Do you?
I'm uncomfortably close to my screen right now. Hi, it's me. I'm Tyler Scheid. I stream on Twitch and do all these things on all over the interwebs. You can check me out at twitch.tv/apocalypto_12 or most importantly, follow me on Twitter. You'll know where all the stuff is happening. But big news, the Black Friday sale has started for Smile Always merch. That's over on tylerschide.com, or you can go to the DFTBA website and find the Smile Always section and go there. I will drop the link in chat here in a bit. But free shipping on all orders over $75 to any country, state, wherever that they are willing to deliver to. That means if you buy $75 worth of stuff, you will get it shipped to your place for free. That's a lot of places. DFTBA ships to a lot of places. So those of you that are in foreign countries that want to check out and make sure it delivers to you, that could give you free shipping. You know how much and how expensive shipping is. That's a lot of savings. So if you want to buy it, you have until the 16th. It ends after the 16th to take advantage of that. So, check that out. Copy you some sweet Smile Always reversible beanies, masks, t-shirt, pins, decals, cool stuff. Go do that. It helps me out a lot. But yeah, I do streams and stuff. But make sure and follow all these wonderful people. They're great.
After Ophios is Oscar.
God,
Hi.
I'm too fucking tired.
Yeah. I am Will. Making game. ArcaneSentertainment.com. You can check that out. We're going to be posting some updates pretty soon. Actually, I'm just meeting with Ollie tomorrow. We're going to be going over kind of what our plan is for that. I am exhausted, so I don't actually have a lot of energy to talk about it, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I hope you do too.
It ships about as fast as Tyler's merch will to my house.
Probably.
Aha.
Actually, well, eventually probably faster, but that's
Give it up for
Wow,
day
throw
3.
shade.
well to be
Day
fair
3 for
Scott,
Tyler merch jokes.
we're
Day 3.
we're probably gonna have a distributor actually pretty close to you, Scott, so that's why that'll be the case. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, so that's a thing. We're making a game. It's really cool. It's a tabletop skirmisher, which is basically it's an introductory version of wargaming, meant to be a bridge between strategy games and war games. It's fast, quick, and easy to learn, with a depth of strategy that'll hopefully keep you engaged for a very long time. That's the idea. That's the pitch. Anyways, that's me.
Thank you, sir. And after you comes Elijah.
He's a cat.
Meow.
Yeah, he's on the floor. He's being pissy. Yeah. At the beginning of the stream, I had a little bit of heartburn. I did a joke where I fell down. It came back, but it doesn't hurt as bad. But sometimes I stop breathing because it's so painful. Okay, all right, hold on.
Uh-oh.
All I hear is
Okay, I'm back. Feel a lot better.
I knew he was gonna do something like that.
Yeah, I'm at twitch.tv/Messi was taken. I feel like I got a lot more time now all of a sudden. So hopefully I'll be able to stream more there. So check that out.
Okay, hey, listen,
And,
I thought those meetings were on Tuesday. I thought those meetings were on Tuesday.
That's really funny. Actually, no. On Tuesday, I'm not doing any kind of meetings. I'm free now, so I'll probably start Twitch streaming instead of whatever I was doing. That's funny. On Wednesdays, though, I'm on twitch.tv/Lost Initiative. We played the Witcher campaign. You can see Scott's there. Rena's there. So go ahead and check that out.
It's awkward as hell, man.
Someone else go.
Hi, I'm a
And
funny
now,
one.
after
I'm a
you,
funny one.
It's going to be our friend Josiah. Josiah, could you please find you?
I'm so tired. Scott gave me alcohol before this, and I'm so sleepy.
How
I
can
don't
I
see
give you
Josiah
alcohol,
anywhere.
Josiah, when you live in Florida?
What?
Josiah lives in
Do I still live in
The opposite.
Florida?
That's why you're lounging on the chair.
Are the Maritimes in Canada the opposite of Florida?
What? All right.
Okay,
cool.
sure.
Listen to Rena. She's awesome. Check out her channel. And Lost Initiative. It's okay.
Good time.
Yeah. Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Josiah. Everybody, I cannot wait until the 7th week of November when I
How am I
get my
clapping?
shirt for my hat from Tyler, and I'm going to wear it on all the Fridays.
technically it's still day 3, but
Because all the Fridays I will wear it and wait for it. Are you waiting for it? I think they're waiting for it. The first time I wear that hat on stream, I'm going to open the box on stream with Tyler while eating a pizza. Please say a prayer to me in my new hat that I don't
You should do it
spill
backwards.
cheese on the pizza.
Have the stuff in the pizza box, but in the box that you got when you open it, there's pizza in it. You should do.
he opens the pizza box, there's just greasy clothes.
You know what? Don't. That's not a good representation of
Oh,
her.
come on.
It's not.
Come on. That's
So-
ridiculous.
We're all so tired.
Why would I want to make Tyler's hat greasy? I want to wear it. Can we go home now? Are we done? All right, everybody, we're gonna raid somebody, so please stick around for just like a minute, so we can raid somebody.
I got a really good bid for next week for the outro, by the way. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, are you ready? Are you getting ready to dance? Here we go. That
Catavia?
bastard Rena deserves what he gets. That bastard Raven deserves to die.
Okay,
That bastard
I think I've
Rena
heard this one.
deserves what he gets.
Yeah,
That
you just
bastard
don't make a mistake
Raven
the first time, it
deserves
wasn't.
to die. I can
He's
sing.
just
familiar with
throwing
that
shade
line.
again. Is what he's
Turn the
doing.
music up. Turn the music up.
Merry
Turn
Christmas.
the music up. Turn the music up. We're raiding somebody. Let's go raid our friend. She's wicked cool. Or as we say in New England, she's wicked pissa. Hey, she's wicked pissa guy. Go check her out.
Speaking of
Oscar.
pissa, I'm going to the pissa.
All right, wicked pissa. Bye.
Oscar, we're gonna have to find